Hey everyone, it's Levi with Member Solutions over here with Chris from Villain Support.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope everyone's having a fantastic evening.
I love how we talk over each other periodically.
What?
I love how we talk over.
What?
By the way, whatever happened, I definitely need one that I can just move however I want. Whatever happened to us doing a podcast?
It's on vacation, like Forrest Gump's dad. It's gonna come back. I've got a friend who has a lot of contacts that I didn't know he had in the entertainment industry, who thinks he can get us some pretty cool guests.
So are we going to work on a format?
Yeah.
Or is it kind of still going to be the random chatting?
It needs to be direct.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. So to everyone, there went my. What are they called? Not Kleenexes, Kleenexes. Because I use toilet paper for Kleenexes. I've had people ask me when I've been live before and I've done that. And I'm like, why do you have a roll of toilet paper as that? And I'm like, don't at me on that. I don't want to spend $2 for what is effectively fancy toilet paper.
Right? It's 2-ply toilet paper with a cute smell to it.
And I don't like the smell.
Neither do I.
I'm glad to see you, Levi and John. We are glad to see you too. Do you guys want to see the cut that I have currently of the Stitch video? Next part of the Stitch, which honestly I have not looked at it since last night. For everyone here, I struggle with sleep a lot. So I have not looked at it since last night.
Napa Gump. I mean, John, there's all kinds of mimics. There's mimic stew, mimic gumbo, mimic buttered mimic, mimic.
Actually, that can be a skit.
Totally can, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the first like little over a minute-ish is mostly put together. Let me make sure all the sounds are on that need to be on. Okay, they are. So let's take a look at this.
Okay, Apophis, just to clarify, you are 100% positive that you're not facing off against an Asgard ship?
Yes.
It's not some new design you haven't seen before, and it's not a Tok'ra ship either.
I'm completely sure.
I can't believe anybody in your universe that has a cube shape.
Hello?
I need.
I've not fixed all the audio.
Okay, listen. That ship belongs to a race called the Borg.
Never heard of them.
I know you haven't heard of them. They're not from your reality, okay? They've been reality jumping lately.
Well, I'm feeling them out.
No. Do not attack them. All right?
Calm down. I only sent one death glider.
You sent a single death glider to fight a ship you've never seen before?
To check things out.
Okay, yeah, to scout it out, sure.
Do you think it could take the cube out?
No, it couldn't take it out. If you have it shoot at them, it's just going to hit their shields. It might even hit their ship, but then they'll adapt immediately, and you will never hit them again, and then they're going to destroy you. So I need you.
Wow, it just blew up.
What blew up? The cube ship or the death glider?
The cube. It just.
I know that voice. I know. Levi? John, for the millionth time since he left, Levi is on vacation. It's been a fucking month, Napa. I know, John, and you're not even the one dealing with his entire workload. Whatever it is, quit whining and figure it out yourself.
What voice do you,
Stitches in the Stargate universe. How are we supposed to handle this?
Okay. Then right after that, for everyone wondering, we have a part with Nappa, back and forth, back and forth. So I'm looking at that this morning now with bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. This afternoon, whatever. I'm looking at that now, and that last part could
There's
be
just a
better.
little bit too much going on.
Well, it's less about too much going on and more about, like, if you look at it, John needs to have I need space is what I need. So we need the part where, like, the original part, for everyone wondering, is supposed to be longer. But the recording that Chris did doesn't have enough space, but he doesn't need to redo this whole thing. I realistically only need this one part. The problem is when you do a new take of something that was like a week and a half ago, things change. For evidence,
The chances that I get the camera in the exact right spot, that I get the stubble to be exactly correct, facial hair, etc. Yeah.
now for what is effectively a 15-20-second clip, and then we swing back. What Chris needs to do is probably redo up to the 1 week jump, which isn't a whole lot of stuff, thankfully. So he needs to redo, oh crap, Stitches in the Stargate universe, how should we handle this? Nappa can still be the same. He'll need to redo I'm Calling Him. He'll need to do Stitches in the Stargate universe. God damn it. I just want to make sure. So, like, it's not a bunch of stuff. It is it is less than half of the video, thankfully. But to make it consistent from whatever he's recording, the only thing that Chris will need to do is shave and make sure he has the same shirt on. Because the stuff prior to that, it's not a big deal if the camera angle changes slightly. For our videos, it's not a huge deal if the camera angle changes because we have to do a retake, as long as the rest of the version is consistent.
It might actually be easier to have me just retake all of it than it would be to go get the same shirt, because even my chair's changed too.
Ah, shit. I just realized that.
Speaking of everybody, I got a chair from Razer, which is super nice.
And we will be figuring out how to promote that in a bit. I also need to do a promo for the dice, but like this thing is taking forever to upload today. It's just in nonstop wait mode for some reason. It'd be almost easier for me to upload this stuff to CapCut at this point. Ah, there it goes. You guys can. I'll show you guys me trying to record my cat doing things for the dice videos, dice stuff in a bit. So what I'm gonna do, Chris, is I'm gonna back this up, and onto Villain Sport, so you can pull that up, and like the sound is effectively where it needs to be. Yeah, replace that one because it's got updated stuff. So the sound is effectively where it needs to be. It might need to be modified so you can understand it a little bit better, which is just normalizing the audio on those clips. But this way you could do kind of what I do and have it in your ear and react in real time to it.
Well, we want the same lines that I was doing, right?
Yeah, there's no changes other than the fact of like needing to have better spacing. And to be honest, there's parts in it, for those of you who don't know, there were parts in it that could have been spaced better. I just kind of worked with what I had, and it was going to work out fine. It didn't matter if Apophis interrupted John a couple times, because that was actually in there. I get it.
I agree, but
so there's a difference between, and this me and Chris have talked about this before. There's a difference between, hey, that works okay, that works really well, and holy shit, I really like that take. And we have noticed that when we get it the way that we want it, that we both kind of go look at it and go, shit, that works fucking fantastic. Like, we both enjoy it. Especially when it comes to these longer series, those series pan out really well. I have re-recorded lines a dozen times before just to get the perfect take. Do I think it's necessary for a 2-minute video? No, this is not a 2-minute video. If this was, it's gonna, like, admittedly, the first part's only 2 minutes, but the whole video is 5 to 6 minutes, I think, after cuts and everything. It's still a 5 to 6 minute video, and it's part of a larger, like, 1 hour video. So I don't want to come back, and this is the main reason why we want to get it right this time. I don't want to come back a year down the road, a couple months down the road, whenever we finish this up, and be like, hey, Chris, I've got some really bad news. We have to try to re-record stuff that we did 6 months ago, 3 months ago, because it doesn't look good in the long form. So if we can make it look good now, as best as we possibly can, it means that down the road, when I put everything together and I look at it and go, I don't want to re-record that. That came out so fucking well. I'm going to work around this part.
Which is the part that you don't like?
It's literally the final bit of that first half. It's that one line, the oh crap, Stitch is in the Stargate universe. How should we handle this? Because you need to be reacting. Like, Nappa does his line, I know, you're not even the one dealing with this entire workload. Quit whining, whatever it is, figure it out yourself. I cut Apophis's lines down, which is supposed to be Apophis trying to get John's attention again, right? I cut his lines down, and it's supposed to be, John, what voice do you know? John? So at that point of, John, what voice do you know? Realistically, you should go to try to, like, react and say something to him. But, like, you're trying to, like, you're just hearing other things as well. You're, like, just busy.
Because the whole point of that was, the minute I heard Stitch, I wasn't listening to Apophis anymore.
Yeah. Now, I think if we change your reaction and change your line, because you've reacted to Nappa, I think that's the weak part of the skit. So I think you need to. I think we need to redo that line. So Nappa goes, "I know you're not even the one dealing with this entire workload. Figure it out yourself." You should react a little, probably more violently, instead of saying "oh crap." Oh crap should literally be when you put 2 and 2 together, that it's worse than the situation that you thought it was. So it should be, huh?
I would like to see it again.
Yeah, I can pull it back up. Don't need that up.
Because you were like, the only parts Chris needs to redo are this and this and this and this and this and this.
And that's if you want to be consistent. Realistically, I don't need, like, it's realistically, it's a 10-second part. I don't think people are going to pay attention to your chair as long as the camera angle and your shirt and stubble. Like, I don't even think the stubble is going to be a problem.
Blew up the cube ship or the Death Glider?
The cube. It just.
What's up?
So we hear Stitch here.
Ship or the Death Glider?
The cube. It just.
What's up? I know that voice. I know Levi.
So
John, for
you
the
interrupt
millionth time
Apophis.
since he
Apophis got
left,
interrupted.
Levi is on vacation. It's been a fucking month, Nappa.
I can put Apophis trying to get John's attention right there.
I know, John, and you're not even the one dealing with his entire workload. Whatever it is, quit whining and figure it out yourself.
What voice do you, John?
Johnny!
No, John!
Oh, crap.
So what if we go here? And that's going to fuck with things a little bit. I'll have to manually fix that in a minute, depending on how it sounds.
Left. Levi is on vacation.
What
It's
voice
been
do
a
you,
fucking
John?
month, Nappa.
And we'll make that lower so that it's not as present.
I know, John, and you're not even the one dealing with his entire workload. Whatever it is, quit whining and figure it out yourself.
John! No, no, John!
Johnny!
So let me do this. So let's move this over here. We put this here. And put that there. So we want the chaos to be happening.
John!
Johnny!
No, John!
Oh, crap. Stitch is in the Stargate universe. How are we supposed to handle this?
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
I think I might just be being picky.
If people say, why did John say oh crap versus oh shit? Hey Josh.
Hey, so to everyone here, this laughter that you're hearing, by the way,
Oh,
that's who did that one.
That's who did the voice.
We have two different voice actors who did Stitch's voice for this particular one. We have Jossam, who this is Jossam's take on the Oh Johnny,
Johnny!
which is a really nice, creepy "Here's Johnny."
Yep.
And then he did. Josh has a different part in here, but Josh's laugh is such a good chaotic laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I honestly think I'm being picky. I know that this line could be not necessarily tighter, because tighter would say that it's down more. It could be better, because if we dragged it out and had you responding both to Nappa and like hearing Apophis trying to help out Apophis and then hearing that it's too late.
So consider the fact that we're the ones watching it, trying to make it as good as possible. The fans are just asking, is there a cohesive story? And the answer to that question is yes.
And I'm very happy that you got me those, because I've got enough to work with between you two that I'm very happy with where we're at. And that Here's Johnny could still change to this one,
Lucy,
I'm
home.
which is a really nice Lucy, I'm home.
yeah, it is.
So if we went with Lucy, I'm home instead of that, ooh, that fits fucking perfectly. That was just ironic. Okay.
Out yourself.
Lucy, I'm home.
Oh,
Oh, crap.
that's what we needed
Stitch is in the
right there.
Elf.
Lucy, I'm home.
That's exactly what the problem was. And see, that could like just changing an audio line could change the feel of the clip too. So if I had been hard on wanting the Here's Johnny line, which we might still use way down the line, Here's Johnny and then having Apophis react and having you react doesn't feel quite as nice as Lucy, I'm home. So let's watch it from here and
Levi is on vacation.
What
It's
voice
been
do
a
you-
fucking
John?
month, Nappa. I know, John, and you're not even the one dealing with his entire workload. Whatever it is, quit whining and figure it out yourself.
Lucy, I'm home.
that makes a difference because we hear Stitch right away, and then we hear Apophis reacting
Yeah.
versus even though we're hearing Stitch, it's not nearly as chaotic.
Right.
All right. We don't need to don't need to re-record.
Cool.
And I realize that I'm being picky, everyone. But every Stitch video has garnered over 100,000 plus views.
Yep.
I have the right to be picky. I want it to live up to the previous versions. I don't want that.
Come in.
Part 1 was better
Okay.
than part 2 thing. No, it's 100%. And by the way, Wheeling Dragon, I'm really glad you got your shirts. Chris won't punish me. Chris has done the same thing to me. Chris has had videos that he's like, "Can you redo this?" You know what? On second thought, I can't hear you. You're muted.
I've tried really hard to find ways to not re-record. It's just we got to figure out what the right cut is. And there's a lot of times that I've just cut stuff or changed the order instead of asking you to re-record because I know it's like this was a week ago. Your hair is different, your beard is different, the shirt's wrinkly. There's no way to get a good take on this at this point.
Yeah. Like it's much easier for us to redo a take if it's like a day later. Not a big deal.
Awesome, Whiteware. That's good to know.
Oh, by the way, everyone, how do you guys like my shirt? Look at it. The cow
Right.
goes moo, the duck goes quack, the dog is Edward.
Yeah. That shirt took the too soon of my shirt and shoved it in your face.
Oh, I've got a better one that's even worse technically.
Colleen Swigum, have you seen Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood? Because if you had, you wouldn't love the doggy.
So Sam,
Or maybe you still would.
we've got a version that has Edward here, and then on the back, it actually shows the dog saying Big Brother. So you get the full quote of Edward Big Brother, which is, by the way, one of the last lines that Nina says.
Yes. Yes, it is.
So, I'd like to remind everyone, I am not hero support.
You're welcome, Stephen.
I agree that in the original, and this is mainly because of pacing, in Brotherhood, we are set up by that time that we know something horrible is going to happen. First of all, if you watch Brotherhood before you watch the original, the gut punch is probably relatively the same, but the pacing still sets you up for something bad to happen.
Yeah.
Whereas in the original, it fucking came out of nowhere.
Yep.
But if you'd seen both, by the time you get to Brotherhood, you know what's happening. So it's less of a gut punch. Like, you know what's going to happen. It's still a gut punch. It's just less of one.
Yeah, I don't even watch the original series. The original series is dramatically inferior, in my opinion.
It was good up to the point to where they caught up to the manga.
Yeah, which is like 6 episodes in.
I think it's a little bit further than that.
Not much though.
No. And like, I don't know. I was a fan of both. I definitely preferred Brotherhood over
Yeah.
the original. So in lore, there is a hero, there is a villain, and then of course there's Levi. Levi isn't the only person in Member Solutions either. That's a misconception. There is a team of people who are dedicated to Member Solutions, but it's a very small team. In my mind, it's not necessary for a bunch of people to be in Member Solutions because we have so many people training that it's like a constant in and out of people. And then you have a small team that actually enjoys doing a little bit of everything. And those people Levi protects viciously. If they need time off, he makes sure that they get it. Which is why when Levi takes time off, it's chaotic because Levi never takes time off. That's the joke here, is that Levi is a workaholic. He's still a dedicated father, all that stuff, but he's also a workaholic.
If you got yourself a Saiyan shirt like I have for Nappa, you could arguably claim that Nappa's cousin Bappa works in Member Solutions. No, I'm just joking. Don't really do that.
We could.
I mean, you could, but I think it'd be a little contrived.
This is what we discussed before about me having me do other parts. One, in lore, clones don't work, and we will explore that at a later time. Me doing other parts, I need to look different. Thankfully, that's not a hard thing to do. All I realistically have to do is make sure that I'm more clean shaven than I usually am. And then I probably don't wear my hat and I don't wear my glasses. And then I dress up. You'd be surprised how many people, like the fact that people think we're the same person.
Right? I am dramatically uglier than Levi is.
I agree. You think I was gonna have your back on that? No. No, you're plenty fine looking yourself. I'm just better.
Don't patronize me.
What?
So don't patronize me. Atlas Eric, yes and no. I mean, yes, but as far as like a person who plays the character,
so
not officially.
There's a joke that I really want to do. And it's because it's something I dealt with in real life with the call center I worked with. They went through like 6 different head of HRs in a matter of 6 to 7 months. There wasn't a single HR every single month. There was a new one every month. And they lost my damn paperwork multiple times. I wasn't the only one that was dealing with it, but I still find it ironic that happened so badly. John has a better voice. Well, fuck you. I would argue that because Chris was able to get more followers, that Chris looks better. At least,
or they felt more sorry for me. Look at this hideous dude trying to be funny. Let's follow him just cuz.
Well, Teleperformance is currently getting sued, so I don't know.
Really?
Massive class action lawsuit against several companies. Or not companies, countries.
Countries?
Countries. Plural.
Are suing Teleperformance?
Are suing Teleperformance. They like I was like trying to look it up, and I was like, and there was like a bunch of things of what happened to Teleperformance, and apparently it has been sued and taken to court by like countries for like violating things and stuff. And I'm just like, damn, good.
Violating labor laws and stuff. Yeah, not surprised.
I just saw that and I was just like, that explains a lot. I'm very happy with our merch, and we're currently working with Slayer, who I don't think is in the chat currently, or might be in the chat, and I've missed them. Not sure.
They were in there. They were in there earlier. I thought
they are because you know how we liked having the different mask and just having our logo be like highlighted. They're currently creating mask from scratch.
Yeah.
To replace the other mask on the Hawaiian shirt, and then they're going to finish it up and then take a look at it. The problem is their computer likes to right there. Their computer only works for a few hours at a time. Then they need to let it cool off, and then they can work on it and cool, and then it, like back and forth. So I'm not in a rush to get that shirt. But I do think it's cool that somebody who went to school as a graphic artist is getting the chance to do what they went to school for. You are okay. It is not your fault. I get it. I've had plenty of computers that did not want to do the things that we needed to. And the reason why I upgraded the computer I have now is specifically because we were trying to edit, and it was taking me literal hours waiting for things to turn around and work, and then wait. And then work, and then wait. So, I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to ask, do you guys want spoilers before I tell you why Lilo isn't here? I've said it before. There's live streams that I think currently still exist as members only live streams. A couple that I think
I
are
love
public.
spoilers.
If you don't want spoilers, I'll just shut up. If you want spoilers,
I always want spoilers.
yeah. Yes. All right. You'll probably forget anyways. I'm sure Lilo will eventually yell at Stitch, but right now, this is what's going on. People are like, is this an alternate Stitch? And I was like, no, that would be way too much work. No. This is Stitch after the first movie, before the show. There is a loophole that exists within the lore itself right after the first movie. At least currently. Where there was a set amount of time that passed. We don't know how long. I think it's only like a month or two. And then you get the show. There's an opportunity for Lilo to have been kidnapped. And then because of the abilities that we have, that we've described, of being able to go back and forward in time, it's not out of the realm for us to go, up, plop, take away all your powers, plop. How I go about doing that is going to be the fun part. Yeah. Yeah, she has her own video. She has her own channel. The Dolores from Star Wars HR.
Sunflower Stardust is her channel's name.
And there will be an opportunity to do just random Stitch versus videos. I'm just being like, I saw this problem with Constantine where I made a bunch of videos without an idea of where the story was going to go. And then we got to a video where people were requested and I did the video. It didn't do well because even though I kind of had an idea, I still didn't know where things went. I was like, you know what? Because I don't know what to put out for the next part. Let's just go ahead and do this video. That video did not do as well as the other ones did. So it proved that if I have an idea of where I want things to go, the video will do better. Even if I don't know 100%, the video will still do better as long as I have an idea. And that's something that me and Chris have to do today or this week. We need to go over the Constantine videos.
Yeah.
I don't really want to do it today because I want to finish editing. When are you free next, though? I might have to do it today. I might not have a choice. I'm okay putting this off for another day, but like I can edit this first part and have it out.
Yeah.
If I concentrate on it. Because with the Constantine stuff, it started off as that Constantine and Dresden walk into a bar type of funny haha. And then I concentrated on the Constantine stuff because we didn't really know what to do with Dresden at the moment. We finally figured out how to handle Dresden. We finally figured out what to do to bring Dresden into the fold and have it. And I have it right there as a prop, and it's been a prop in the majority of my videos for over a year. It's just changed locations recently.
I need a moment because I found a meme recently that I thought was freaking hilarious and would make a great video, and I got to find that because I just thought about it. Oh, there it is.
Do the video. Yay!
I'm going to.
I love it when we get random videos. I've already talked to Chris about it. I'm not making a part 2.
Of what?
Of the Yogi video.
No.
It's a standalone thing. I've had enough comments, especially from people who we have a longtime follower, somebody that I know personally, who did the not toxic fandom at least, but definitely a fan and going, this really wouldn't be a thing type of thing. But they at least knew where we were coming from and why it got created as a video. But very hardcore on the lore type of guy. And I was just like, it was because of a random video. But the last thing I want to do is deal with death threats again. And I know the Warhammer 40K fandom. And
they won't hesitate to threaten death.
Yeah, I don't want to poke the bear. Did you get it? Did he get it?
Yeah. I get it.
I'm sorry, everyone. I had to. There are a lot of people who like the video, though. And I'm really glad I made it. I did. I don't need to go any further with it. That's the thing I'm saying. I made the video as a one-time, one-off video. Could a part 2, 3, 4, 5 exist? Absolutely, it could. But there's enough people in that community who are very, as Alternate puts it, fractured fan base. Some are chill. Some are not. And I just don't want to deal with it again. Yeah, Steven, I realize that I'm going to get more death threats. I realize that. The more I can put it off, the better my...
got muted.
Yeah. The more I put it off, the better I will feel. Basically, I want to create a net of people.
Don't sport this, John.
And we kind of have one, but I want to create a larger net of people that will see those
and
have our
Big
back.
Bad Wolf, how's it going, man? Are you calling me because you're enjoying some fresh bacon right now? Are you saying that the breath enhancer didn't work? We've got multiple clinical studies showing that it increases breath power by 30 to 40%. That you were right on the cusp of brick house power, man. You should be. You can't. You Damn it. I had that. Yeah, can I speak to the big bad wolf? Thank you. Hey, it's John of Villain Support. I just wanted to check in with you. I got your voicemail. I hope that means you're eating some fresh bacon right now.
I'm curious.
What do you mean the breath enhancer didn't work? No, we've got clinical studies that prove it increases breath power by 40 to 50%. I mean, you were right on the cusp of damn it, what's the word?
Yeah, I refuse to get into it because of that. I have a 3D printer. How bad do you think it's going to be for me? Mommy bacon miss. I did not mean to highlight that.
Yeah, can I speak to the big bad wolf?
No fandom should get destroyed because they're toxic. But learning to not be toxic, heck yes. Because that would be the equivalent of me saying, because the death threats I got were from the Ben 10 community, not Warhammer.
Hey, it's John of Villain Support. Just got your voicemail. If I'm
Who broke the rules too badly? That's a good one. I like that. I don't know what he's going with here. I have no idea what the punchline is supposed to be.
Did this just fall down? No, get it.
Oh, the rolls?
Yeah. Hey, can I speak to?
I think his.
Yeah, can I speak to the big bad wolf, please? It's John of Villain Support. Thank you.
I'm listening to this.
Hey, how's my?
And as a fan, I'm going to stick around. But as a new person, I'm not going to stick around for this current opening. I feel like he should start the conversation and say, "You're the big bad wolf. We had you get into category 3."
Big bad wolf.
Instead of starting it off like this, which is a kind of weak opening.
Big bad wolf, please.
Started it off with the familiar conversation. You're already talking to the bad wolf.
Hey,
would do better, but I don't know where this joke is going, so I can't really.
That's the word. Okay.
Give accurate feedback currently.
Yeah, can I speak to the big bad wolf, please?
I seriously think that's what's screwing him up.
Thank you.
He's so used to just starting off.
Hey, how is my favorite canine with the hurricane force lungs?
See, now that's good. That should be the start right there.
The breath enhancer is clinically proven to work. We've got studies showing it increases breath power by 40 to 50%.
Let the title do the talking.
To be honest, I was hoping that your message meant you were eating some fresh bacon right now. I mean, there's another level above the enhancer that I sent you. We can try that one. See if that. What other solution? The whole thing is you need to be able to blow the brick house down with your lungs to fulfill the
jobs are getting more and more scarce.
The plot point of your story.
Despite the technology being there to help everyone out, we're not. I don't. And again, that's not
who's going through the wall.
A USA thing. That's just a worldwide thing.
No, you can't.
Very few places are actually moving society as a whole forward currently.
I got a different angle on this.
Can he see me by chance?
I've got a whole different approach I'm taking.
I was just gonna say your opening is the problem. Instead of transferring it, the thing that you said right after the opening, where you were like, "How's my
favorite canine with hurricane force lungs?" Yeah,
that's your opening. That got me hooked immediately.
Okay,
that's your opening. I don't know where you're going with this, but I'm just saying, like,
So I'm going with basically the big bad wolf in the meme is handing the Kool-Aid man some money, and there's 3 pigs inside the brick house, like staring out the window, looking very concerned. It's that, but I want to go on the angle of I'm thinking about doing maybe chat can chime in here. So the angle I'm thinking about now, that versus I'm thinking about confronting him and being like, hey, someone just handed me this surveillance photo of you handing money to the Kool-Aid man. What the hell's going on?
why not go with the mercenary bit?
The mercenary bit?
Yeah, the Kool-Aid man's a mercenary.
Right. I mean, that's why he's paying him.
Yeah, but why don't you introduce him to the Kool-Aid man? Well, okay. So that was the max amount of power that you're going to get. If that's not
Oh,
down,
good call.
if that's not doing it.
Yeah. Good call. So actually the same call works and it just changed the angle at the end. I got it.
Okay.
If no one's ever told you this, Levi, you're pretty good at this.
I'm just gonna go. Yeah,
I'm meeting you now. Yeah, that's where you're supposed to say, "Oh yeah."
Oh yeah. Sorry, I did not realize. Me just doing this.
Hey, how's my favorite canine with the hurricane force lungs?
Oh, what the heck? God dang it. Ban with that. Can somebody unban?
How's my favorite canine with the hurricane force lungs? Are you enjoying some fresh bacon right now?
I don't even know which platform Rogue commented.
No, it should have made your breath a lot stronger. The breath enhancer 5000 is clinically, we have clinical studies proving that it increases breath power by 50+%. I mean, you were right on the cusp of knocking down that brick house. It didn't do anything. No, we don't do refunds. Listen. If that's not working, I guess I do have a guy I can introduce you to. He's independent. He's a mercenary, so you'd have to pay him out of your own pocket. You can negotiate the price with him, but he's really good at getting through walls. He's big and red and
on YouTube,
on around, real loud voice.
Take care of that then.
The pigs will not be expecting it. You can follow him right through the wall. Want me to get you his number? Okay. His name is Kool-Aid. Yeah. Honestly, I think you guys are going to get along. Yeah, I'll email you the number here in a minute. All right. Bye.
You missed an opportunity, by the way, to say, "Oh yeah, you're totally going to get along."
Yeah. Oh shit! I should have used that. I'm gonna do the whole video now. Damn it! And see, this is same shirt, same haircut. I can redo it right now. Stop it, phone. Hey, how's my favorite canine with the hurricane force lungs? You enjoying some fresh bacon right now?
Is Rogue back?
It didn't work. The breath enhancer 5000 is clinically. We have clinical studies proving that it increases breath power by 50+%. I mean, you were right on the cusp of taking that brick house down anyways. I mean,
not showing that I can unban them.
It didn't change anything? Are you sure you used it right? No, you know we don't offer refunds. Look, I think the next step here is for me to get you in touch with a guy that I know. He's independent. He's a mercenary, but he does good work. Really good at getting through walls, particularly brick ones. Yeah, the pigs will not expect him to come through the wall, and you can follow him right behind and just take him out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You guys are gonna get along great. Uh-huh. I'll shoot you his email here in a few minutes. Just tell him John gave you his information. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Huh. Probably just gonna have to wait.
How was that?
Yeah, that worked.
right.
I'd say give it another watch. I was also trying to fix a mistake I made.
What mistake?
I was trying to put somebody in a timeout thing,
Oh,
and it
got the
decided
wrong
to
one?
click the wrong person.
I hate that.
And on here, there isn't a good way to do it, but it's not letting me, like from YouTube, it's not showing me. Are we sure, Steven, it was on YouTube and it wasn't on like Twitch or something?
Did you kick Stephen Lockie out?
No, not Steven. I accidentally kicked Rogue 53 out.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So was Atlas Eric.
That one was on purpose.
Oh. Why? What do you do?
So to everyone here, I'm not a huge fan. It's one thing if me and Chris rib each other. It's another if somebody else pops into that and starts saying like Levi's smarter than Chris or blah 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 down the line. And we've given Atlas warnings before. So it's one thing if me and Chris are making fun of each other. It's in good fun. Not a huge fan of somebody else, and Chris has done the same thing for me where I've been busy and he sees somebody else say something and I was like, no. And that's not the only thing that's been there. Atlas has had a few warnings in the past too. So it's just a timeout. That's all it is. I'm not going to ban somebody unless they say something really offensive, but still.
Yeah, I need to redo it one more time because I didn't tell him who it was.
So it should be, in my opinion, or not should be. I think, is that the way I want to say it? You know what I mean? I feel, there we go. I feel at the end part there, his name is Kool-Aid. Oh yeah, you're definitely gonna get along.
Yeah,
I think that I feel that that's how that line should go.
Should we do it like James Bond wise? His name is Aid. Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Yeah. Throw in another joke on top of it. Yes.
Yep.
The joke has layers. It's like
Yep. It's like an ogre or an onion. All right, I'm gonna meet you again.
Mm-hmm. There's that too.
Right. He may have been totally joking, and we took it the wrong way, but I don't know. Anyways, How's my favorite canine with the hurricane force lungs, huh? You enjoying some fresh bacon right now?
He's a pretty Kool-Aid to have around.
What do you mean it didn't work? Dude, the breath enhancer 5000, it's clinically proved. We have clinical studies proving that it increases breath power by 50+%. You were right there on the cusp of brick house strength.
And Steven, the big thing here is like we have.
Sure
you guys have
using it right?
Those who are constant know that Atlas is a constant in this chat.
No, you know that we don't offer
Atlas has had plenty of warnings.
I've
in the past.
I got a guy that I can introduce.
I'm
you
not
to
going to
who
ban
has no
Atlas. I know he doesn't mean bad,
He's
but I'm
really
also
good at getting through walls.
if I get tired of somebody,
the three pigs in that house are not going to expect it. And you can follow him. You can follow right after him. Go inside.
You for
take him
500 seconds, a couple minutes.
Yeah,
Let everyone else
his name is Aid. Cool.
I don't mean anything bad by it. It's just more.
Oh yeah. You two are
I
going to
need
get
a
along
break.
great. Yep. I'll shoot
From
you a
that.
text here with his number in a minute. Just tell him John gave you his information.
And if somebody
All right. Bye.
doesn't understand that, then that's my way of handling it.
All right. Think I hit all the jokes?
I missed that entirely because I was busy talking to the audience. So
Would you
you
guys
watch
quit
it.
distracting Levi, please? No, I'm just kidding.
You watch it. You let me know.
And I'm going
And
to.
if you like it, we can put it up and I can look at it while you're editing.
That's a problem.
So to everyone here, like if you're, I'm usually very like out about like making sure like if I have a problem with your behavior, I let you know. If you're a constant in the chat throughout the streams and I've given you different types of warnings through different days, I'm going to stop giving you warnings is basically what happens. And I don't like using people as an example, but sometimes you don't have a choice. In general, if somebody is being disruptive, or you have asked them, "Hey, other people in the chat are not doing this thing with you. Please stop that. That's not what this stream is about today." Or they're continuously repeating themselves. Basically, behavior that is universally not okay on streams. And you have been warned throughout the different streams. It's there. Yes, Stephen, that is true. 100%. However, you listen and you stop. That's the biggest difference. If I go, yes, Rogue, you're back. If I go, hey man, not today, not feeling it, that kind of stuff, I'm usually good. Also, I know a lot of times where you're coming from. The person in question, the reason why I did theirs is because they have on multiple occasions been rude and just doubled down on that, thinking it as a role play thing.
Alternate, what makes you think that John has taken off his super suit?
Levi's would literally remember Levi was originally a normal human. The only reason he has any access to any type of magic is because of his immortality. And he literally burns his life in order to use it.
I've got an idea. Levi's super suit looks like Flava Flav's big clock around the neck.
No.
Just the time power? Oh, no. Alternate. John's super suit is very visible.
It would be really funny if Levi gets assigned to work and he has to like pull out all the stops, and he was like, "Where's my super suit?" And John's like, "Oh yeah, I had it redone," and just like walk out, and it's the Flavor Flav thing. Okay,
John, this is not
Why?
funny.
And John goes, I mean, you used to wear a top hat and a goddamn cane. How is
don't
that
even
any
know-
less funny?"
What like what was there like a saying that I know he was a rapper, but is there any or is whatever? Is there like a saying that Flavor Flav had, or was he just like just an interesting guy who wore a clock around his neck and somehow pulled Bridget Nielsen?
I would love for John to say, it was like, your old one looked like you were a knockoff. What's the guy's name? The one who originally, quote unquote,
That's right. Yeah, he's the one that said, "Yeah, boy." That's who he was. Oh, I would love to see you get on stream wearing that. And John goes, "Levi, what is that?" Like on Halloween, and go, Are you Flavor? And John goes, "What are you?" And Napa goes, "John, it's obvious. He's Flavor Flav." And Levi goes, and then Nappa goes, yeah, boy. And Levi goes, no, this is my super suit. Time powers, clock. Could be fun. Could also be really stupid. More likely really stupid.
Yeah. Look at Charles. Look at Charles's picture and what he put.
Yeah.
But yeah, so God, I can't remember Charles Verne. No, that's Travel to the Center of the Earth.
That's Jules Verne. Jules Verne.
Jules Verne, yeah. The one who did the time travel. God damn it. What was his name?
Who did what?
The book time travel guy created the machine.
The Time Machine?
Yeah.
Wasn't that also?
Wasn't that still Jules Verne?
Maybe. Hold on. Who wrote The Time Machine?
And what was the character's name in it?
H.G. Wells. It's the same guy who wrote War of the Worlds.
Yeah, but what was the guy's name in it?
The
I
actor?
forgot the character's name.
Oh, I don't know. It was Guy Pearce, but it wasn't.
Yeah, there isn't an iconic one that I can think of now.
Guy's name is.
Did it have a name?
Hold on. The Time Traveler.
Oh, lovely. Okay, never mind.
Oh, Denton Morris, Moses, Sir William Reynolds, and other names. So I mean, the Eloys and the Morlocks was just one part of that book.
Yeah.
Whereas the movie was just focused on that. He played different roles. I think Sir William Reynolds. His name is never given in the original novella.
All right. So I think John's line would be along the lines of, you look like a generic Victorian. Why? You
Yeah.
literally have powers over time. Wear a giant clock. And that's where Levi could go, you know the difference between this and that? What? That I can wear in any time period.
Right?
It's like, I can wear that in almost anything. And I'm just going to get either A, I look normal, or B, I must be cosplaying.
The breath and answer 5,000. It's clinically proven. We have clinical studies proving that it increases breath power.
In which John would say, well, not all time periods. Levi goes, most of them.
Of strength.
Then John comes back around, you're not the doctor. That doesn't matter. They're arguing back and forth. I could even feel Nappa turn around and try to say something and just be part of the conversation.
I got a guy that
And both of us just snap at Nappa. I'm like, shut up. I'm like, I just want to be part of it.
are not going to expect it, and you can follow him. You can follow right.
Yeah, I know Jules Verne did. It couldn't like.
Yeah. His name is.
I'm going to show up in a blue block. Oh, that reminds me.
Oh yeah. You two are gonna get along great.
Looky. Right there.
I'll shoot you a text here with his
I
number.
show that off.
Tell him John.
Blackfire, that is not a problem whatsoever.
Okay.
Like, I'm gonna side tangent here into something more serious for y'all. Thoughts and prayers is not something I'm a huge fan of on average. Again, on average. If somebody says something like Blackfire, hey, can you all keep my mom in your prayers and thoughts and stuff for me? That's entirely different than somebody opening up to you about whatever it is that's happening in their life that's serious and traumatic and everything. And you go, well, thoughts and prayers. Those are two entirely different situations.
Yeah.
So when I share a bit with you guys because you guys know I've gone through a shit ton, right? I don't need anything from y'all. That's just me sharing. That's all that is. And I get people saying, hey, you're in my thoughts and prayers and stuff like that. I get a good portion of them are doing it in good faith. But there's more people out there who are doing it in a dismissive way to not think about the situation that they were just told about. That 90% of the time was brought up because they effectively asked for it. Gentle pats is mine. Yeah, there are better ways to do it. There really are. And I'm like, I even prefer I'm sorry that happened to you because they acknowledge that there's nothing that they can do about it. And I was
Or like just say, man, that sucks.
It does. But at the
Mhm.
same time, it's like you can't do anything about it. It's fucking in the past. Or like if it's a current event, like I got a lot of people saying thoughts and prayers for the GoFundMe stuff. They were saying it specifically at a certain point. Somebody was like, there was a comment I remember seeing. I can't think of what to comment, so I'm just going to put thoughts and prayers to boost it in the algorithm. And then a bunch of people in that same thread, in that same comment, started replying. It wasn't exact, but it was something similar to that. And I was like, I understand why they're doing it on there. That is pushing it to the algorithm. That is pushing it out. That is commenting, that is liking, that's sharing, trying to get it out to people who can help, right? So there are times where it's appropriate and times where it's not. That's all I'm saying. And so to say that, Blackfire, 100% appropriate. That is what you asked for because there was nothing that we could realistically do other than to just keep your mom in the back of our thoughts and be like, I hope things will go better. And I've got a hard like zit thing on my cheek, like right where my cheekbone is. That's annoying. All right. I shouldn't eat more food. I'm gonna call that good. See if I can get a kid down here to break the food and put it up. Oh yeah. You guys can see me trying to get my cat to do what I want it to do. And failing miserably. Say hi to the kiddo for me if they bring in. Oh, I already got nums. I need them to put it away. Otherwise, I'm gonna sit here and continue to eat it because I've got so much of it in front of me, and I'm supposed to be eating smaller servings, which I can do and not have a problem with. But if you hand me a bunch of food, I still have a habit of just sitting there eating it. I forgot to thaw out stuff to cook today. And apparently all the quick meals that I had bought were already gone. So I was like, well, crap. How about pizza? Kids were like, no pizza, please, no. I was like, well, I don't know what to get you. Go find something else. We couldn't agree on something that was affordable. So it was kids found their food, and I bought something for basically me and Rio. So I use a small plate to ensure. Yeah, I have. I pulled out some small plate. There is a. No. That's gonna bug me. Might need to go to the doctor and have that looked at. Stitch versus Nappa. That's technically currently happening. Chris.
No.
Somebody was like, I have an idea for a video, and it was Stitch versus Nappa. I'm like, that's technically currently happening. It's Nappa versus Levi's workload, and you guys get to find out that it's barely anything, and he's already losing. I love the joke that Nappa is effectively handling 10%, and in all honesty, gets used to that 10%. And it's not that Levi didn't trust him to handle all the work. It's that Levi would not do that to Nappa. I love that multi-layered joke very, very finely in there. And then we skirt off the fact that the fourth wall break and the growth on the channel and stuff. I love the way that came across. Oh, smoked brisket. No, my cats open the doors of the house. That's something that they do. My cats know how to open my doors. They just don't succeed very well because I have round handles. But they know how to open up the ones that are normal. So this is me attempting to film Frodo.
Are not going to expect it, and you can follow him. You can follow right now.
Now I believe this was before. Yeah, this was before the catnip, and she had no interest in listening to me before catnip. So this is like none of this is realistically like this part right here looks pretty good, but she just doesn't want to pay attention to it. So I'm gonna get rid of that for now.
Yeah.
It's also filmed in the wrong orientation. And then the rest of this is filmed with catnip and better lighting. So like the rubbing the cheek here, this is usable to an extent. Which kitty? Which kitty in particular? Like Frodo's doing good after her surgery.
Oh yeah.
This one right here? Both. What do you mean by both? Max has a surgery and Frodo is got their surgery. They're good. Or do you mean Whiskers? That's the sad thing is like there's plenty of people who do not know what happened to Whiskers. So, in a way, this is helping me process because I don't have that ADHD moment of grief processing where you just like forget. Can I say one thing? Max and Frodo are doing good. Can I say one thing about Chris?
Yeah.
ADHD grief processing sucks.
Yeah.
To those who may not understand, I'm gonna modify my mic setup so I can relax and talk for a minute. So ADHD has a very specific way of handling grief. It just straight up doesn't. Okay. You will forget. It will like you'll put it in the back of your mind and you'll forget. It's not that you're forgetting about the person or the animal or whoever might have passed away or had something happen. That's not what's going on. It's causing such a negative feeling in you that your brain will set it to the side, the event, and sometimes whatever is associated with that grief will also get set to the side. It's all right here. Like you can take the tea up if you guys want to make sure I don't drink it all. Oh, you bitch. Anyways, back to that ADHD grief processing. So it'll set it to the side. You don't think about it. And you can have times where all of a sudden you're like, hey, right, I need to call this and you remember it. And that can happen for literal years. Like when it first happens, it's really, really painful. But then like you get used to it, and then it's painful, and then you get used to it, and then it's painful. And like you can be down the road, and it's a longer time frame of putting it out of your mind and not remembering it. And then it's like fresh all over again. Right. And so with ADHD, if you do not directly confront it, it can be really hard to push past the grief and let it properly heal. Let it get to the point to where when you do think of them, it's more about the fond times that you had with them than the memory of the loss that you're no longer going to be with them. And with Harvest, that was very, very hard. And Whiskers helped me process Harvest because her fur felt similar. Every time she cuddled me, there were things that reminded me of Harvest that Whiskers did. And I didn't realize at the time that was allowing me to process the grief I had from losing Harvest. And it took like a year before Whiskers even like warmed up to me. So I have over a year of grief of losing Harvest that I'm just trying to push past. And something will trigger it and I'll be massively depressed. And to the point to like I'm not functional. And I wasn't like Chris, we were working together at the time that I lost Harvest. And I was not functional for like 3-4 days. I told Chris, I'm not going to be able to do things. I'm not going to be able to do content. I called into work. I used my FMLA. She was a registered emotional support pet. So they could not deny me that, thankfully. And I had an HR agent at the time who understood that. So it was rough. And then losing Whiskers, in a way, I was like, I was more prepared for it. She had gotten popular on the channel. They are very big cats. I can go have somebody grab them. Actually, I think Max might be downstairs. I'll ask.
His name is Abe.
But when Whiskers passed away, like she had gotten semi-popular on TikTok, and she was, of course, popular with the channel here. And so the fact that I'm having to like inform people or talk about Whiskers, or I'll get a like on the videos that I made with her, and on any of the channels, especially the ones talking about feline stomatitis. By the way, if you have cats and you haven't had them get a dental check, please go take them to go get a dental check, even if it's just a normal checkup. And if they're doing good, great. But like, super important, because it leads to so many problems down the road the longer you put it off. So, but yeah.
All right, that's a minute 11.
All right. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a moment and you share yours.
Yep.
And I'm also going to put my mic up because we're done talking about the depressing stuff.
Yep.
And if I can grab Max, I'll show you guys Max.
I'm going to mute so that there's no feedback. That's my favorite canine with the hurricane force lungs, huh? You enjoying some fresh bacon right now? What do you mean it didn't work? Dude, the breath enhancer 5000, it's clinically proven. We have clinical studies proving that it increases breath power by 50+%. You were right there on the cusp of brick house strength. It didn't make a single difference. Are you sure you were using it right? Okay. No, you know that we don't offer refunds. Okay, but
I got a guy that I can
Missed
introduce you to
opportunity
who I
for a
think is
4-hour-long joke.
he's really good at getting through walls, particularly brick ones. The 3 pigs in that house are not going to expect it, and you can follow him. You can follow right after him. Go inside, take him out. Yeah. His name is Aid. Cool Aid. Oh yeah. You two are gonna get along great.
Okay. I did. Thank you for that. That was awesome. So, I like the video as it is. I don't think you need to re-record. This is just for everyone here. Me and Chris have talked about doing and adding jokes that are more mature, so on and so forth down the line. As I was watching that, I was like, oh shit, he missed an opportunity for a performance joke. So you were saying how it didn't work. You were right at the cusp. And like, is it a performance hour? If it's lasting longer than 4 hours, that's not even an hour, right? So there was a missed opportunity for a performance joke. Here's the thing, though. As I was watching it, I was like, that would be an entirely different conversation, and it would not lead to the Kool-Aid Man joke.
There are times when too many jokes does not help the sketch.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a little blue pill joke, and it would be fun to see those type of jokes, but it's finding them and doing them right. All right, so Max is here. Give me a moment, Chris. I'm gonna be right back, and then
Sure.
I don't know if you got to see that, by the way. If anybody wants to see a bunny munching on our Discord, Levi Markin posted a bunny just munching away. It's really cute. But I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab Max for our viewers.
Big Bad Wolf Beats Kool-Aid Man. All right, I'm getting this uploaded for tomorrow. Right now, everybody.
That's not good.
Oh, this is the wrong channel. Oh, for everyone who hasn't done it yet, we posted the new version of the animation, of the Borg animation, on the Villain Support Animated channel. Go to YouTube, search Villain Support Animated. We'd like some more followers over there, some more views to build that channel out. So if you haven't gone and followed that one yet, please go ahead and do that. I almost uploaded the video to the wrong account. Yeah, Philo Deathlord, we're not going to get everything perfect, but it's good enough that people are going to get it, and I think appreciate it. And if they don't, they'll tell me, and then I can come back next time we're live, and I can say you were right. Give me 1 second here.
Okay. So I might have to pop off. I don't know if you heard me hollering, but my outdoor cats figured out how to get underneath the garage door because I have the air conditioner there.
Yeah.
And that could mean that Max, even though as big as he is, still might have figured out how to push his way out. You know, he's a really big cat, and the cat that's getting inside is relatively on the small side. So I'm hoping I'm just not finding him right now. I just need to pull up the tracker and hope that still had power.
You have a tracker on Max?
Yeah.
Is he good at getting out?
We take him outside, but
Gotcha.
it's still it says it's in low power mode, which means it should. Max is safe inside the home zone, or use radar when your tracker is in Bluetooth mode. Bluetooth not on. All right. He might be out. Like the tracker's still saying that he's within the range, so he's either within the range inside the house somewhere, or
He could be right outside though.
Yeah, he could be literally right outside as well.
Hey, Hunter Torno. Yeah, I get it. I'm
So,
responding to a comment. Sorry.
I know. Just give me a minute. I'm gonna pop off here for a few minutes. I'll
Yep.
be back.
Okay, understood. Hunter Tornell, yes, we both are in the U.S. We do not discuss politics on this channel. If you're a frequent live joiner, you should have a pretty good idea of what our political views are, but we're not going to discuss them. And yeah, we're on every channel. We're on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, as well as Facebook. Just search for Villain Support and you'll find us on those channels. In fact, we also have a new channel starting up called Villain Support Animated, and that is where we're going to be posting all of our animation going forward, including today we posted the vertical optimized format for the Borg versus Magneto. Steven, I know it's a lot of pressure, and I'm not great at it because I'm in the middle of posting a video, so I have to talk while I'm doing that. Yeah, I've got. Luckily, my dogs don't try to rush the door. When they were puppies, they used to try to rush the door to go outside. But they've both been really good about listening, coming back the times that they have gotten out front. I have dogs, not cats, and I am both of their person. So I'm the one they always follow around the house and wanna be around. So they're typically pretty good at listening. I'm not gonna dance, man. That's gonna be. Levi got me to that one time, and I don't have words to describe how much I dislike dancing. So I'm writing the description for the video right now on YouTube. It's John calls the big bad wolf to follow up on the result of a breath improving device he purchased to be able to blow down the brick house and eat the 3 little pigs. And discover that you got him.
Fucker got outside.
You chased him down.
Raven got a hold of him. It doesn't.
Oh.
So thankfully, he's still a relatively good kitty. He doesn't really try to go too far. I don't care. You're not supposed to be outside without supervision. You have a leash and a halter for a reason. I don't care. So, Steven, as you were saying, the big giant kitty. Big giant kitty's not happy with me. Dance, 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 dance. Maybe don't go outside, and I'll respect your.
He's like, dang it! I was just taking a stroll.
He was literally just on the porch walking around. Let me take him up now.
Does he bite if he gets upset enough?
Kind of. Not like rough.
Right.
The thing with him is like you can get really rough with him, and then he'll like bite you really badly, and you'll say "ow" because it's a hard bite, and then he'll immediately regret his actions. He'll immediately be like, "Oh, I didn't mean to." He's a very sweet cat.
Cool.
But yes, we have, for everyone wondering, he has we use Tractive, or let me might be mispronouncing that. Tractive. TRACTIVE. It's like $13 a month, and it basically got a SIM card in it. And yeah. I can get scratched. I've been scratched by cats a million times. I'm fine. I'm no longer, well, I'm still technically allergic, but I'm not. Yeah, no, he's grumpy. It's warm outside to begin with. But yeah, the cat here, this is Frodo. She was in training to be a service pet at the same time that Harvest was still alive. And I've had her since she was a kitten. And she got outside, and consequently, the neighbors baited and trapped our cats. And she was one of them that was tortured. And she's never been the same. And she no longer is like she's an emotional support pet. She's just not that great at it. And she can't go outside. She gets very skittish being outside. And I spent a year of training her, by the way, to everyone here. I spent a year training her. And so she's still shoulder trained. She'll still go on my shoulders and cuddle and be okay walking around. But the moment
Yeah.
I go outside, she will freak out.
Gotcha.
So, and Max, while he doesn't freak out, he is just, I've tried training him. He's really good in every other aspect, but he just will, like, we're doing what we can. Hopefully we can get to the point to where he can be a proper indoor, outdoor, take him wherever, and he won't have a problem. Service pet, he's still young enough that that's still a possibility. And he doesn't have the trauma that she has. Yeah, it's a very terrible thing. I've shared that story in the past, but she was just one of them. Thankfully, she wasn't in bad condition. I gotta hold on. I gotta share this. I'm going through this. Yeah,
I'm
look
glad
at the
that's
blip.
fixed.
Look at the blip.
Blip.
The blip. Because she's eating the catnip.
Yeah. So it came back with no restrictions, but initially when it was checking the Big Bad Wolf meets Kool-Aid Man, it was telling me that there was a restriction on the video. But then when it finished checking, there wasn't any.
What restriction?
I'm back to it now, and there's no restriction, so I can't find out what it was. But we're all scheduled up for tomorrow. I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be right back.
All right. It's so weird. That's me. Archive. You guys get to see me in full screen. Hi. Get to see my lovely, like this morning. Or no, that was yesterday morning. It was yesterday morning because today's Tuesday. Yesterday morning, my hair was fantastic. Today it's not. And this is getting thicker for everyone that's like, their hair is thin. Like, it's getting thicker. I'm really happy that, unlike Chris, my hair is much better. And oh, hi. We're currently experiencing issues with swapping of streams. The feature has been temporary. Okay. There we go. Your gorgeous ginger poof. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's having problems. John, you can post a skit idea anywhere you want. You can post it in Discord, which we will eventually go and see, or you can post it here. I really don't mind which area you decided to do. Just know that I'm not really in the mood for role-playing today. Although I will admit that I haven't been in the mood for role-playing for quite a while. But that's just mainly because I've been busy with a lot of stuff.
If I can be totally honest, I need a break from role playing. I know a lot of people are like, "What? How?"
Isn't that what we do every day?
Yeah, I mean, we hear, yeah, but you know, I've got schedule conflicts with the gaming group that I used to play with on Saturdays, and I haven't been able to make one of those games in like a month and a half, 2 months. And I realized that I didn't realize this till after I stopped attending them. But like on Saturdays, I'd be like, oh, I got to log into that game tonight. Love those guys. I think they're awesome people. I'm great friends with them. But I was just kind of burned out on it, and I didn't realize that. And so like it's been like a breath of fresh air not to have to.
I can say I was kind of the same way when it came to the D&D campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Like leaving the campaign was something I chose to do, and you know the reason why, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But it was also one of those things where when I no longer had to think about showing up for whatever reason, I was just like, that's something I'm not doing. Now, I do want to find a game in real life to go at least periodically to, but the biggest problem that I have is the scheduling stuff. And I was like, I have got kids. This is my full-time job is being creative on top of that. And
Mhm.
there is something to say about being creative without any like expectations around it.
Yeah.
And that's great and all. A part of me wants to go to a game. The last thing I want, and I'm kind of scared of this, is like somebody figures out, or because it gets brought up in conversation about what my job is, and they go and find the channel and everything, and then they expect me to be this big, giant, knowledgeable person on D&D or TTRPG and be really into the RP and all that stuff. And it's like, the thing is when you do it as a job, and I love my job. I want to point this out. When you do it
Yeah.
as a job, you're doing it constantly. So
If-
having those breaks
Yeah.
is super
Um,
important.
One thing I can tell you, I mean, granted, all the people I hang out with are people that I do improv with, so we're all like constantly joking with each other. But there is no deference or like, oh, it's Chris with a big following. It's
Yeah.
it's just like you hear like celebrities talk about their relationship with their kids. Their kids are like you're boring to their dad, where people are like oh my god, it's Henry Cavill. His kids are like, Dad, you're dumb. You know, they're just like I know who the real you is, and it's not that exciting. And so like, you know, I go to my improv practices and stuff wearing Villain Support shirts, and they're like wearing a shirt again. And I'm like, this is what I was wearing today. I didn't think about it. I'm sorry. I'm not showing off.
And when you have enough of them, that's another thing. For everyone here, first of all, Nelson, I get that, but at the same time, what you do for work gets brought up. When you do something like what I do, this is my fault. Like Chris, this is his hobby. He doesn't have to say it's his job. This is my job. Do you know how fucking hard it is to not bring up what my job? I have started to jump hoops and be like, oh, I edit videos. People ask what I edit. Okay, I can't say that. Oh, I write. Oh, what do you write? It doesn't matter what I fucking say. It
Right.
leads to the next question of I now need to know what you
Yeah.
do.
What do you write? I don't want to tell you.
Right? Because if you say that, people assume, especially in Utah, immediately it's smut.
Yeah.
You must do some type of smut work.
Yeah,
And it's like, no. I can say fiction. You know what that's going to bring up? Because I've tried that.
You can shut them down, and you can say, and before you say anything, it's not all smut.
But no, about the wardrobe stuff. So we have stuff like this that doesn't scream merch, which is fantastic. I'm really happy with the D&D shirts. I'm really happy with this stuff. I've told Chris, I love our logo. I do. I have enough of that clothing that when I wear it out, it is now specifically because I want to wear it and bring attention. But beforehand, I didn't have this other stuff that is still our merch that I could be like, oh, go check out Villain Sport and then walk away. It was a giant logo of people going, I wonder what that is.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't feel obligated.
If I wear this to a convention, oh man, like you get
a lot easier.
You get a lot. I mean, a lot of people just look at your shirt and they're like, and you get some people who do this, like, and they're like, it's that guy, and it's fun to meet fans. At the same time, it's also nice to be at a convention and to be anonymous and not know anybody, or meet someone who's cool, who are like, you're just chatting in line, and they're like, by the way, I love your videos. Oh, cool, thank you, and that's it.
So a bunch of you are also fans of One Shot Questers. I think he's changed his name to something else now. I don't remember what, because he started doing stand-up comedy D&D based. And I've got my own opinion about that. I think he has the comedy chops to pull it off. I'm not a fan of that style of comp. I love stand-up. I'm not a fan of apparently D&D stand-up. Or at least currently. That could be the fact that I'm not a huge fan of a lot of D&D stuff in that vein, though. Which is ironic considering the stuff that I've made. But that's just me. But I still love watching his other skits.
No, I agree. I really, some of it's been really good, but I really struggle often with topical stand up when it's, instead of someone who's just seeing observations in their life, it's someone who's like, I'm doing jokes about World of Warcraft, or I'm doing jokes about the Marvel movies.
I think when you do a joke about, like, I love the idea of doing a bunch of these jokes, and you have a joke that's D&D based, or 2 to 3 that are during the skit, and then you have a bunch of other jokes on top of it. Like, you want to do a nerd stand-up comedy, fantastic. There's a lot of material there. You want to do D&D stand-up comedy or TTRPG stand-up comedy. You now have to do exactly what he's doing, which is jump hoops to explain things.
That said,
or have an audience specific for it.
That said, some of it that I've seen has been absolutely some of the funniest stuff I've ever seen in my life. But more often than not, it's been
it's also been
it's been more of an annoyance. It's been more of an annoyance than fun to watch or listen to.
And again, I like his comedy. I want to make sure that's clear. But back to the point I was making. So I got to meet him at Comic-Con, and we threw out the joke together that we're basic generic white guys. And I like, he's the one who did that joke, by the way, before anyone said anything. He did it first, and I was like, oh shit. Yeah, we are. But that plays into a favor for us periodically. If I walk out, I'm not going to be immediately recognized. First of all, because I'm not, even when I am quote unquote the main face of the channel at times, because there's times where it switches between me or Chris, and then both of us are there completely. And that's because Chris will post for a few weeks continuously, and then I may not have content to post, or it'll be reversed. And this has been happening more often, where I will have content and it will still do well, and I'm the main face. And then you'll get somebody who just joined who sees Chris and is like, what? Who's this guy? But in real life, when you go down the road, I'm a generic white guy with a beard. Chris is a generic
white guy without hair with a beard.
The thing that sets
we
me
both
apart,
know you were going to say
it. Now, there could be a point in time where we get big enough, and I hope we do, to be honest, where that's no longer the case. Like, Markiplier's not walking down the street getting unrecognized without, like, wearing a hoodie or something to cover himself up. Let's face it. If he's not shaven or wearing a hoodie and something, you go, oh, you kind of look like Markiplier. Oh shit, you're Markiplier, right?
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. And he's mentioned, One Shot Questers has mentioned, totally spaced his name all of a sudden. He's mentioned that he's had that issue where, like, unless he was at Comic-Con, he's not getting recognized. And I'm okay with it. Or well, he doesn't have, unlike us, he doesn't have, like, his specific stuff that he wears is normal clothing or his get-up. He's mentioned that, like, if he's wearing his costume for, like, a recording event, he'll get recognized. But if he's not, he doesn't get recognized. Because generic white dude. Duke, right. His name's Duke.
One Shot Quips.
Is that what it's called now? He's gone through rebranding like 4 times. So
that doesn't hit nearly as hard as One Shot Questers does.
I'm gonna be honest. He should have never I get the reason why was to expand his stuff. Which, by the way, I just realized you still have the old logo on TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, you might want to update that.
Let's fix that.
But we used to be Acme Villain Sport. Who remembers Acme Villain Sport? Pretty sure all of you do. Most of the people in chat remember that. There's a difference between. Is it still one shot? Is it going like the fact that he's flip flops from one to another is a problem. The reason why we changed our name is much different than the reason why he changed his name. So, and I've been in his live streams to see that. We changed it from Acme to avoid copyright infringement. And while we have proven that they could not do that to us, that also meant we could not take calls with the Looney Tunes or anybody, Warner Brothers, too much, do entire storylines, because we're already calling ourselves Acme. And it's very easily to look up and be like, oh, well, you used to be like this. Well, yeah, it used to be. Now there's this whole storyline as to why we're not. So villain support was more marketable, quicker to see, very easy to Google. And when you Googled villain support, even back in the day, it still pulled up Acme villain support.
Yep.
So it was a good marketing choice to change over. And we did it very slowly. We like, hey, let's change it. Let's change the name. Then we changed the logo and then we move forward. And the reason why we changed the logo was because of the copyright stuff. We didn't own the rights to that image, and we own the rights to this image. I was going to show off a little bit more of the cat not listening to me. There's a point where I'm actually talking. No, come on. I need you to work with me here. Work with me here. No. I need you to. This, by the way, this is like an hour of me trying to work with her. She's done with me. She just wants the catnip. That's all she wants. Need you to lay. No, don't just spread your leg out.
I can't do it on here. I have to do it.
Lay down. Work with me. There we go.
Do it on the phone.
There we go. Yeah. Immediately gets up. Immediately ruins the take. That's why I'm trying to have her in this video.
Yeah.
By the way, if you guys like these dice, since you guys are getting a better look at them, like look how like these are very beautiful dice. These are very awesome, very beautiful dice. And you can see the hieroglyphics in these dice a lot better now. Exclamation mark dice will take you to the Kickstarter, and you can get just the set without the little pyramid. You can get the set with the pyramid. There's different versions, and just a set is like the same price. It's like a $30 set of dice. It's about what you pay for a fancy, with quotation marks around it, set of metal dice. Well, Rogue, that's what I was saying. I was like the reason why I like this is that you can buy just the dice itself. You don't need to buy everything else. Yeah, she probably would. That might be something I try to do. There's a couple clips in here that I can utilize. And I might just like at the start, there's a clip of her rubbing her face over it, which is really good. Throw in the right music and stuff, and that's really good. I really wanted her to lay around it with it in the middle of her, though. Like have the dice be opened up. You see the dice kind of scattered around, and it's next to her stomach, and she's just wrapped around it, right? That would be a really good clip. Could not get her to do that.
Really?
Well, it's a cat. They're gonna do what they want to do.
Come on, phone. Where the hell are the pictures?
But the reason why I'm like pushing the click the link thing is specifically because like I don't know if I'm actually going to get any kickback for one. I don't think that's going to happen. It's just a way to track, and the more that we do, the more that they will work with us, send us dice, and I'm hoping because they mentioned they're going to probably send me a couple more of these. What I hope is that I will get sent enough, and maybe even ask if like, hey, can you send me a couple extra of just the dice, maybe a full set or whatever that I can give away, and we can promote, it being live outside of Kickstarter. That would be something I would really like to do, but we have to do enough on Kickstarter, to be honest, that they will find it worthwhile to send me more.
Right. Night, Nelson. Have a great night. You have an Acme day. Our Acme days are free, so don't try to turn that on us.
Have an Acme day as product of Acme. Have an Acme day will retroactively billed to your account, Nelson. Have an Acme day.
Having an Acme day is a product of the Acme Corporation. Having an Acme day is a product of the villain. Having an Acme day will retroactively billed to your account. Have an Acme day.
It's because we were talking about the thing.
I know.
Levi needs. The worst part about it is not having a D&D game that I can take these to and show them off and be like, hey. As bad as that sounds. Because I just know that like you take fancy dice to a D&D campaign game for that exact reason. You're taking them to show them off and share the geeky moment with everyone. So I apologize, everyone. I do not have another skit to do. Chris got one out. I'm gonna put this. The plan for me this week, in all honesty, is to edit the Stitch video and record my parts. Since I've got the shirts that are gonna be in the video, which is not gonna be this one. Do you want to? I'd never asked that, Chris, and everyone here, real quick. Pretty sure I know it. Do you guys want this specific shirt with the actual dog on it? And Chris, if that's possible to do outside of memberships, do you think that's something we should do?
You can. If we get an angry letter, then you can't.
Okay.
Hopefully I don't regret that.
So I'm going to go ahead and go to the products page. Nina on front. The cow goes moo. How do you guys like this title? The cow goes moo, Trauma Edition, version 1.
Trauma Edition.
Version 1.
I mean, it already is Trauma Edition.
I get that. But since you called it the cow goes moo, and that's the original title, I'm calling this one Trauma Edition.
Okay, check TikTok, Levi.
Save changes. 1 second here. I'll just do it here. Okay, you're good. Was there something else I was supposed to see besides the logo?
Nope.
Nope. All right. So, Trauma Edition version 1. is there. Public. Save.
This is a public service announcement. Please share this information widely. The CDC has updated its travel recommendations so that all international travelers, regardless of where they are.
Man, I can't spell trauma all of a sudden.
Jedi Protector, are you calling me and Levi beefcakes? Because if so, thank you. I've never been called a beefcake.
I mean, I have. You know, when I was much younger. I don't think I can show that picture. Not because
Then-
of it's an issue,
And don't
but
show
more
it.
along. All right, let me clarify. Let me clarify that. Okay, I used to be very skinny. Used to be relatively in good shape. Not so much. All right, so both of those are live now. I just need to add them to the all products collection. So it goes the Cow Goes Moves Trauma Edition version 1, and then you have the Cow Goes Moo, the regular one, and then the Cow Goes Moo Extra Trauma. And now these ones are just shirts. I'm not going to turn them into cups or anything. There's no reason. For one, the Extra Trauma has a picture on the back. It makes it really hard to turn that into something else. That's something we need to talk about. I went down the wrong section of my. Give me one moment here. Don't smoke, kids.
What was that? I missed what happened. I
went
just
down
heard
the
your
wrong-
voice go to this.
Yeah, I was taking a drink of water and it went down the wrong pipe.
Oh,
so I was
yeah,
trying
okay.
to fight it going down the wrong pipe. So I said, "Don't smoke, kids." Yes, I can do that voice on command, but the version I did was not on command. That's better. Huh. There you go. I like that one. I associate beefcake with Cartman and weight gain 4,000 pounds. No diet limit. So, do we want to do? Because I've talked to Chris about the skit. If we're gonna do a skit, where it's a callback to the original one, and Levi just goes, "Hey, Napa, I want to thank you so much for making this an item." And Napa looks and and then or John looks and goes, "Oh my God!" And you see the front of the shirt, and it's the cow goes moo, the duck goes quack, and the dog goes Edward. Right, it's the original one.
Yeah.
And then Napa goes, "Oh yeah, you're totally." And Napa goes, "Oh," and then I go, "What's wrong, Napa?" And then John, who already was going, "Oh," sees the back of the shirt, which says Big Brother, has this picture and says Big Brother, which I will show you guys that one in a second. And I go, "John, what is wrong?" And so we get both reactions of them doing that. And what we do is we get to see the back of the shirt at that point. Let me show this off here. So it'd be like this. I go to Napa and it's like I just walk up and we immediately see the shirt. It's immediate trauma. There's no warning in this. Or I go to John or whatever it is. We go to John, Napa, whoever it is, and you get the immediate. Or it should be John. I should go walk up to John and be like, "Hey, John, do you like my shirt?" And so you don't get to see. You just see the cow goes moo part of it. You don't get to see the rest of it. You see John's reaction of Levi. And I was like, "Yeah, Napa came up with it." And Napa goes just turns to see And Nappa does the reaction. I go, "What's wrong, Nappa?" And I turn around. And then John goes, it's the same reaction. I go, "What is wrong with you two?" And I was like, and Nappa goes, "Too far, too far." And that's what it is. That's the back of the shirt. And I'd like to remind you all, the last words are Edward, Big Brother. Those were some of her last words. I feel should it be extra traumatic instead of extra trauma? I think extra trauma fits.
The cow goes moo now with extra trauma.
All right, so we got to update. Do you want to update that?
Sure.
All right. Oh. The blue looks so wrong because it looks so bright and happy. Yeah. Oh goodness.
Why can't I find? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, the blue is the main one that makes it look like all happy and everything, but it's really just that.
Okay, so
I think I grabbed navy instead of black. Yeah, this is navy. That's all right. Black makes that really pop. Holy moly. We have, oh shit. We forgot the giveaway.
Oh well.
People only pay.
We'll do a double one this month.
We'll do a double one this month. Okay. The cow goes moo now with 500% extra trauma. Oh. The anime trauma series. That could definitely be a thing. We could definitely do a bunch of stuff like that. Hey.
Actually, you know what? It's there's two of them. The one without the stuff on the sorry, he's on the phone.
I just hung up on him, and apparently he needed something else. What did you need?
So I changed the one without the stuff on the back to the Cow Goes Moo Trauma Edition, and then there's the Cow Goes Moo Extra Trauma Edition.
There you go. Yeah.
So the extra trauma has Nina, dog Nina on the back. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because it goes Edward, which is traumatic enough by itself.
Yep.
Then it goes Edward with her face, and then it goes Edward, and then her on the back saying Big Brother. Yeah, if it's done in time, absolutely. Because I'm definitely gonna be getting one of the Hawaiian shirts. I really like where they're going. What's up?
I have two questions. I asked one of them. You just hang up.
Yeah, sorry.
Can we have the barbecue mac and cheese tomorrow?
I already said yes.
I didn't hear you. Second thing is, once again,
Anyone know what's going on with Troa, by the way?
who is what?
With who?
What hot pockets are mom?
The ham.
And so the mozzarella's I can have them.
Yeah, it was originally mine.
Oh, the
With
mozzarella's
who?
are yours?
Originally, it was mine. You can have it. It's fine. I got myself other food. Troa, the one who got I think both of us the Gundams. And I was gonna put it. I was waiting until I got something to hold the phone, which I have now, and I have not seen Troa in order to work out.
Yeah, I haven't seen them on here at all for a while either.
I was like, I will go live and put it together, but I was gonna go live with Troa and or not live with Troa, go live while Troa was live. John, give me a moment and I will. Oh, the hero idea. John, I'll read your comment out loud if you answer this. What support am I? I'm not going to give you a clue. What support am I? Yeah, I could very well could be. Yeah. We've played with that idea, and I think it would be fun to have him be in there. Nope. There we go. So, John, a member solutions, and it's part of the joke. Do not feel. Yeah. There we go. I'm gonna need to say underwear support. It's member solutions. If you've seen my videos, I do hero, villain, everything in between. Chris does a few things in between, but not as often as I do. And I do primarily I do hero calls. But I've never said I was hero support. I have periodically been able to fit in the member solutions. It's not often, and there's a reason outside of lore. There's a reason why. It's not as interesting to hear thank you for calling member solutions as it is thank you for calling villain support. That's the breakdown of it. Yep. But it also means I get to have fun. I've kind of just leaned into it to have fun with people and go, I have never said I was villain support or hero support. Sorry. I've never said I was hero support. By the way, so many people love my evil laughs. Like every time I do an evil laugh on screen, every single time, people comment about how good it is. Do you want to know why? Because I practice. As a kid, I practiced. That should tell you something. The fact I practiced an evil laugh as a child is I do not have the coaster by me, Christopher. And because it uses the old logo, that's another thing. Oh, let's take a look at that idea. I forgot about that. Give me a second. Actually, John, that exists. Well, not that idea exactly, but I'm pretty sure you will like the skit I did do. But I did do the Frozen Empire Ghostbuster skit. Search the YouTube channel. I can tell you the exact name in a second. Ghostbusters Friendship is Magic. Search that on YouTube and you will find that skit.
I'll be back.
That is a skit already, kind of. I have a textbook evil laugh. I have a lot. I have a whole video of me teaching people how to do different laughs. That kind of one. Stitch's laugh is basically just a witch cackle, just like a specific, like with his voice. All right. Knock, 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 knock. What kind of evil laugh is that? It should be or or Betsy. I can try to do, if somebody writes out the evil Joker laugh, I can probably do that one, but I have to set the mic up so it doesn't cut it out if it didn't already cut things out. All right, for the record, this is not going to cut out. I'm warning everyone now. I'm warning everyone right now that the higher pitched Joker laugh will not get cut off at this point. I don't have a new logo for Member Solutions yet, which is still the issue. Something, 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 dark side. Hey, that's it! Something like that. I realize doing something, something dark side kind of defeats the point, but the little is really cool. It's just breathing in. Sorry. I warned you. I warned everyone. I'm turning that back on now. .2 minute, 2 hours. Somebody want to clip that? That'd make my life easier. Somebody want to clip that laugh? I can go and download that later. Joker summoning Exodia. I don't remember the line for that. And I place down something, something Doug said. Hey, that's it. I summon. Something like that. Harley Quinn laugh? Oh shit. I don't know if I can. Part of the class, like Harley Quinn, like there's for everyone here, there's the classic Harley Quinn, like not Harley Quinn from the animated Joker, blah blah blah, or Batman stuff, but like there's an actual Harley Quinn laugh, a specific clown laugh, and no, I'm not 100% sure if I can do that. Exodia, the Forbidden One. There's no hey Betsy, there's no laws against dual monsters. There's no laws against dual monsters, Batsy. Okay, well that started a whole thing of that. And see, I didn't realize I could do Joker's voice even closely. And this isn't like close, like it's not Joker's voice. It's close enough that you associate it with Joker, with Mark Hamill's Joker to be exact. But it's still not Mark Hamill's Joker. It's off. I have a bat in my belfry. The thing about it is it's an inflection. If you can do the inflection, then you could probably get it. And it's just a lot of laughing. If you don't laugh, then it's very serious and Joker. You don't want Joker to be serious. And see, it doesn't sound the same. And that tells you the amount of change just being able to have your mouth be in. But then at the same time, customer service will say, you need to smile. And you go, oh, I can do that just fine. It's just not as prominent. Can't hear you. You're muted.
Oh, I did a high pitched voice and everything.
Huh?
I said I came in. I did a high pitched voice and everything.
No. Close enough to be reminiscent of Hamill's, but different enough that it's your own Joker, which I think is cool. and Chris has openly said he wants to have he wants to create a villain that uses some of my evil laughs that I'm able to do. And we don't know what that's going to be. If there's a specific laugh that he wants. Yeah, Charles, we have PO boxes. If you go, just put our name, exclamation mark on our name, which is Bang Levi or Bang Chris, which we say Bang for the exclamation mark, as in BANG. Hello, villain support. Hope you're doing well. Come across your Deadpool versus Borg series back in March. I couldn't stop laughing. Oh, it was so wonderful. Once I got my laughter down, I immediately subscribed. Sorry, I couldn't help it. Plus, the more I practice, for everyone wondering, the more I practice that, the easier it is to do. Lovely, dear. Yes. I'm quickly running out of tea doing that voice though, so I gotta cut back. Adam, that was great. Thank you. As soon as I did that voice, by the way, Chris, we started
Yeah.
having people like, "Hey, can you do this quote? Hey, can you do this quote? Hey, can you
Yeah.
do this quote?" And that's a great way for anyone watching that wants to do content. If you can do a voice, one, it's a great way to practice the voice and get better at it, and two, it's a great way to do viewer engagement. It just kind of depends on like your energy level and how much you can like mentally withstand doing and understand that if that's what you're doing, if you're doing voice work and you're online live and you are known to doing voices, you're going to get people requesting that. And one thing I will suggest from people who I've seen who've gotten upset that people have requested a voice or even paid for a voice, and then like they wanted you to say something
Yeah.
and they didn't like what you wanted, what it said because they thought it was stupid. Don't say that. Don't call somebody stupid because they want to hear a quote that they could have paid for something else for. That's
Oh.
their money. Just do the quote.
Bang Chris isn't functioning. Interesting. So hey, I need everyone's help with a quote. So I want to make some Attack on Titan themed shirts. What would be a fun logo, a fun catchphrase for a shirt that implied that you went on a trip to Paradise Island, like Paradise Island Board of Tourism, something like that, but better.
The irony is, I have a shirt that uses an Attack on Titan shirt. I don't
Can
know
you
where it's
grab
at
it?
right now. It's probably I can see if I can find it. Give me a minute. I'm trying to fix the issue that we're having because your address should have pulled up. If mine's working, yours should work. They're both active. Oh, do John instead of Chris. Sorry, it's Bang John, not Bang Chris. I used our characters' names, but the character name is Levi. Give me a second. I'll be right back. There's a lot of print on demand places that use this logo.
Yeah. Okay. That's just the Scout Regiment logo with the skull on it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about making like the kind of shirt that you would get if it was a tourist trap there.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I know, but it's also kind of fun to say.
Charles, I think it sounds great.
Giggity. But I will say, like, I understand, like, getting tired of a voice, like it's hurting or something.
Yeah.
But if you're taking donations, however they're built, like on Twitch, you can very easily like pay to claim stuff, and then you'll get a little bit of money from that. Kind of like you would on TikTok, where you're like, oh, I gave you a galaxy. Can you do this quote? Right.
Yeah.
I'm just of the mindset, don't call somebody stupid at all when they do that, and it's a quote that like they could have gotten for cheaper. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's what they wanted. And I've seen that happen with multiple streamers, including somebody that I know and I used to watch quite a bit and support, and I'm just like, But that's at the same aspect of like the whole role play thing and like understanding like beforehand, hey, I'm tired, I don't want to do this character. Let's do another character. What other character would you want? That's what I do if somebody goes and donates us money and I go, I don't know that. I don't know what to do here. I'm sorry. Let's pick something else. I went to Paradise Island human, but I left. Oh, I went to Paradise Island human, but I left pure Titan.
I need a much more concise quote. Like, I'm thinking Paradise Island petting zoo. It's kind of thing that would never, that you like, oh my God.
So the problem with doing the Ghostbusters video, another part, is it bombed really badly in terms of everything. That video, even though it was a good video, arguably, I watched that video, it was good. And our return viewers liked it. The problem is that it was a niche video inside of a niche content already. And there's not a whole lot of people who actively like the Frozen Empire, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I liked it. I liked the movie. It was very family friendly. It was very what the new Ghostbusters is. My kids enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And so to me, it was a win. Do I think it paid proper homage to the old ones? Absolutely. I also think that. But if you go in thinking that it's going to be similar to the first updated Ghostbusters, where it was a massive homage to the original while paving the way for a new one, you're mistaken. It is the second part of the series of the new Ghostbusters. And it showed that. And it was good. It very much paved the way for a new team to take over. I absolutely loved how it did it. But yes, it was very much friendship is magic. Friendship is what won the day. And that's why I did that skit, because I thought that was hilarious that they pretty much did a My Little Pony with Ghostbusters. But not everyone agreed with me. Not a whole lot of people liked it. And I also put that video out within a week of that video dropping on Netflix. So in no way should that video have done as poorly as it did. It had everything going for it. It was a good video. It was based on a trending topic, and it was posted while the topic was trending. And it didn't do well. Even if I were to recut it and everything, I still don't think it would do well. Paradise Island. No one can eat just one.
Bet you can't eat just one. No, it's not that you went to Paradise Island and ate somebody. It's that it's like you went there and like as a tourist and survived the Titans, and you bought like a goofy shirt.
Why don't you just put I survived Paradise Island?
Yeah.
And then just have a blood splatter somewhere.
What's the name of the row of the wall? The first wall. God, hold on. On Titan hometown. It's
I needed it. For anyone wondering why I changed my shirt, and needed to anyways.
What wall was Aaron from? Wall Maria.
John's got a good one. Paradise Island, where the eating contest and the marathons are at the same time.
Yeah.
I actually like that really a lot. That's a nice little. Paradise Island. I had one Titan of a glow up. My parents went to Paradise Island and lived to buy me this T-shirt. Robert apparently had made the. For the record, Robert, this might be the last time I do the Joker voice because it is. I need a lot more practice to get used to it because it's still very rough on my voice. We've been live for 2 hours and 25 minutes now.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was the case.
The good thing about going live for everyone here, the good thing about going live a little bit earlier is that Chris and I can be live a lot longer. The problem is that Chris is 2 hours ahead of me.
Yeah.
And I still have kids. He has kids too, but again, he's 2 hours ahead of me. I survived the Paradise Titans. That's not a bad one. Robert, what's he supposed to say? I don't know what the quote is yet. I haven't seen it. It hasn't popped up. Mr. J. Do not ask me to do Harley's voice. I do it very bad. Take a... Mr. J. I can't quite do Harley's voice. Harley Quinn's voice is super high. Oh, wow. Super high. Oh, holy moly. I don't like that. That's not how I should get into that voice. Then that goes in a place I don't like. Yeah. That hits a spot. That doesn't quite feel well. I tickle it. It's like when the doctor reaches under and goes, squeeze. Now cough for me.
Jesus.
Sorry. Funny clippable moments, everyone. Remember to post those in the Discord channel. Oh, do we have that? Did that channel ever go up?
What channel?
It's supposed to be in a channel in the server.
I have no idea.
No, it did not. I just made one. It'll probably need to be fixed and edited. Funny clips from live stream. It's below the rated R. I'll put that right above the funny GIFs and memes. That way you guys can put that there. Oh, go up. I need to go up. Goes underneath the Paradise. That who did? That Mark gave. Yeah, but what's the line? All I hear is it's cut off. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Oh, I found it. Something dark side, Batsy. Something dark side. Hey, Batsy. 2 months since it's illegal to play, Bats. So I'll summon Exodia, the forbidden one, Batsy. Exodia, obliterate the bats in my belfry. Bye bye, Bat Boy. Did that cut out, by the way? That might have cut out. If it cut out, then I'll redo it. I got just enough to redo that line one more time and make sure it doesn't cut out. The thrills are bigger when I put mine in. As long as I'm not doing the laugh, it's not too bad. It's just like every time I do that really big cackle. Oh boy, that's takes a lot out of you. I'll tell you what. It came through? All right, good. Yeah. Now, what Mark Hamill has is like that lower register, and the Batsy voice. Bye bye, bad boy. He can do that lower register really well and still keep it. Part of it is because it's his natural voice, just cranked and made slightly different. So when it's your natural voice that you're doing, and again, I love Mark Hamill. Before I continue saying what I'm about to say, I love Mark Hamill. There was a critical review of his voice acting and acting career that it's essentially just Mark Hamill slightly different every single time. That's not wrong. However, I would like to do a counterpoint argument. That's almost every well-known voice actor. They get known for what is effectively their voice cranked up or down or slightly tweaked. Because it's easy for them to do, then they can play every emotion on the spectrum with that voice.
Yeah.
Because of that, they get well known for it. Another person that's very well known for that is he plays like the perfect villain every time, or did. I just spaced his name. That is horrible to think that I just spaced his name. Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Tim Curry?
Tim Curry. You cannot tell me when you hear a voice that is a villain and it's immediately, oh, that's Tim Curry. You don't bitch. You go, hot damn, that's Tim Curry. They got Tim Curry?
Yeah.
And when you hear Mark Hamill, you go, hot damn, they got Mark Hamill.
Yep.
And the same thing was with Kevin Conroy. I hate to say it, but Kevin Conroy, outside of Batman, was Kevin Conroy most of the time. Now, he had a few roles where it, like, holy shit, that's Kevin Conroy. And there's a very few voice actors, very few, a handful of them that can do any voice and have it have every emotional spectrum. But they're not well known, specifically because you can't tell it's them. And you go, holy shit, that person played that voice? Holy crap. They're well known in the industry, less known out in public. And I'm having a bit of a problem with that myself. My voice still shines through. At least the higher pitch one. The lower one, not so much. The lower one is because, like, I'm not used to it yet. So the more I get used to it, the more I can breathe with it, the easier it'll be to do. The lower voice is also like, there's a register of me pushing it lower, and then there's a point where I'm just relaxing. And the relaxing one is where my voices should be. But it is, I'm not used to it. I'm used to doing this higher customer service masking type voice so much easier. But I didn't realize, for everyone here, your voice isn't supposed to hurt when you talk with it.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
He's being sarcastic.
I know. Yeah. Morgan Freeman. Yeah, Morgan Freeman's another one.
Okay. I've got the design that I'm gonna make a shirt.
Let's see it. This has been a fun live stream. We've done a lot of voices and had a lot of fun today. You got to have the wall there now. You got to have the wall as like right there across the Paradise Island wall of Mara. It's got to be right all the way across. Should be a front-facing picture that you could utilize. It's effectively just a castle wall. I'd do the front of wall Maria. See if that pulls up anything.
Front of wall Maria.
Yeah, there you go.
Where?
No, the Tekken Titan wall Maria, but like I was just wondering if you can find a picture that's just well that one kind of there, but that doesn't look like a good.
No, this is someone's drawing.
I'm sure you like it's. I'm sure we can find it. Well, he's searching now. There's the outside of wall Maria, but like there's a bunch of foliage there. There's the manga version. I knew that there existed. I'm wondering. I don't know if the anime has a full-on scene of it, to be honest. Oh, hey, right there.
This one?
Like, what's that look like? That is a video, but that shows that it exists. That shows that there is a clip or something that exists that shows us that it's there somewhere. There exists the exact picture that you could use.
I'm not going to grab a picture from the manga on there. It's a veiled reference.
You could probably just create a wall. I got something in my throat. Perked up for a little something. Oh, yeah, it reminds me. I want to do something for y'all real quick. Content. I don't know which one it was on. Comments. Here it is. I need the sunflower seeds. Oh, there they are. Pulled out my sunflower seeds after the take. This would have been great to have during the take of the Borg video where I was doing the voice, so I wouldn't have had to chew on paper.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
So I can. So this is a that just spit everywhere. This is a comment on the Borg versus Magneto before anyone gets on my case. Breaker 19, this is 8 or 12. You got your ears on too? Copy 8. What you got for me there? Seems our daggone shields are having trouble adapting to these magnetic fluctuations coming from that there asteroid. I was wondering if ungodly squishing and crunchy noise. For the record, that is not me coming up with that. That is a comment Brick 19, this is 8 or 12. You got your ears on too? Copy. What you got for me there? Seems our daggone shields have trouble adapting to these damn near magnetic fluctuations coming from that there asteroid. I was wondering if... And then the sounds of crushing happen. I love that comment so much. For the record, that's a bunch of sunflower seeds in my mouth, causing me to drool a lot currently. But it's better than me chewing on paper. Oh, we grabbed some noises of metal being crunched. We used actual metal crunchy noises. Back
Yep.
way back when I found some noises that I thought would be perfect. I shared them with Chris. And then Chris went through and picked the stuff that he wanted and finangled with it and made that noise. Night, Michael. We might call it quits here in like 20 minutes regardless.
Yep. Very likely.
But I'd like to talk with Chris while he's still awake. Figure out the plan of action for the Constantine series, as well as the next skit of the Deadpool versus Star Wars. We got to talk about that one. Do we want to work on that while we're still live?
I'm sorry, work on which?
The Deadpool versus Star Wars?
Yeah, probably could.
Okay. So give us a moment. Chris?
Yep. Hey, Allison, how's it going? Aline, my wife, is live. Should not here.
Now those sheets won't go to waste. Well, that's a lot. I'm looking at the Discord. In the general chat, they're talking about Doctor Who. So, sadly, Matt Smith was over a decade ago. So, yes, it's classed as old since the new series started in 2023. I have to say something to everyone. The new Doctor Who, canon-wise, is new from the moment Eccleston started it because it hasn't stopped. There hasn't been a pause. There's been another Doctor since then. It's not classic at any point after Eccleston. Don't you? I understand it's been 10 years since Matt Smith has been the Doctor. It doesn't matter. Old Who and New Who is classified by a literal like 20 to 30 year pause of not any new episodes or new Doctors. There's like a significant portion of no production being made, no new Doctors or anything, and just reruns being played constantly.
Isn't that a chocolate drink? New Who?
Yes, that's also a chocolate drink.
Sorry.
I haven't seen the newest seasons either. I can watch them now, but like I haven't. Mostly because I don't feel like watching that kind of stuff on my phone. And while my tablet has a big enough screen for me to like sit down and enjoy it, I still have to set that all up, and I tend not to. I don't mind watching cartoons and stuff like that on Disney Plus on my phone with my kiddo or something, because we'll just sit there. I'll hold my phone, and he'll lay on my shoulder, and we'll just cuddle and watch TV. Setting that up to watch Doctor Who, which has a lot of like Easter eggs and stuff that you want a bigger screen to view on. Yeah. Ow, my hip. Would you like a crunch, snackle, crackle, pop? Yeah, we need to. I could effectively, if we pay, I have to pay for it. Get all the old Who episodes and all the new ones, and watch it from start to finish, kind of like I've done with Supernatural. It's one of those shows I can do that with. I could kind of do what Chris does with the DBZ stuff. The thing is my brain doesn't work the way Chris's does. So
You should be thanking God that's the case.
and you don't want my brain either. you would not get shit done. It'd be the last damn fucking minute, and you'd be like, okay, I gotta get all this done. Yeah, I don't like that. Let's do it again. Oh, but yeah, so to Spinal Breaker. No. Meaning there's now an old series, Eccleston through Whitaker, with the classic series being the original. No. I don't know who's trying to say that or push that, but that's not a thing. As described by the Doctor Who stuff.
Check this out.
All right. Someone clip this, because if it's disappointing, I get to laugh at Chris. I can't tell what you put. Oh, there it goes. Now it rendered. I like that. That's good.
I want it just faint enough that you can tell it's there, but you can't really tell where it begins and ends. And it's just, yeah, I think that's perfect.
I like that. Now, that's only like if you put that on a shirt, let's say take it off of the black shirt and put it on a white shirt, watch what happens.
How do I change the shirt color?
Down one more. There you go. Bye-bye.
Yeah, it's got to be on a dark shirt. I wouldn't make it available on a light shirt.
Just me poking fun. That's gonna happen. There are certain designs, 100%. Doesn't matter what you do. You're like, I like that design. It's not gonna work on certain colors.
Mhm.
That's just the reality of how things work. And in design, that's just a thing that exists. You can get stuff that works on everything you can, but then there's designs that just do not work on certain colors.
Yeah, John Fate. My character being John was when I made the first villain support video on March 27th, 2021. I thought it was going to be a one-off video. And so I just decided to be named John from Villain Support. And that video went semi-viral. And I was like, oh, well, I guess my name is John now.
And I was lazy, and then it's got, and just like with John getting stuck, it was the same thing. Because originally I was just having fun with Chris, right? And then we're like, hey, let's go do this thing elsewhere. And I was still like Levi at the time. And we discussed changing my name. But at the time things started trending, it was too late. And I was like, well, shit, now it's too late to change.
That's
And
what
now
the
it's just like,
problem
yeah,
is.
just
Damn it.
doesn't matter.
Hold on. That's why it didn't fit.
It was also one of those things where I was, in all essence, I used some of my video making to process trauma. And there are some videos that I make periodically, not very often anymore, not as often as I was, which shows a growth. Because now I can process a lot of the trauma, to be perfectly honest, in joke form. And I'd rather do that than some of the other ones. But I do drama videos periodically because I want to, because I feel like I can, that kind of stuff. And the one I'm most proud of is my newest one where I'm talking to Red Hood. And I took that off of TikTok, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The thing with
Yeah.
prompted me to, like, I let things sit for a while. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to remove it off of TikTok because it's not getting views anyways. So I'll just remove it. And I did. I didn't remove any of the other videos. I just I didn't want it on there. But I left it everywhere else. Thanks, Christopher. I don't know where you sent that picture is the problem. So
There we go. Okay. I had to fix one thing because it's not Paradise with an E, it's Paradise without an E is the actual name of the island. So it's Paradise Island Titan Tours, Mall Maria Titan Tours.
I love this. Did you make a post of Doxus's art, by the way?
Shit, no.
Why don't you schedule that real quick?
Okay, I don't even know. Are we just putting it on YouTube? You talked about putting it on a webtoon, which I don't know how to do.
We can't put it on Webtoon unless he's actually like making comics, and he
Oh, okay.
hasn't made a comic. It's just like art. Like what I was talking to him about was like and Doxus, if you're here, was like little comics like he was making.
Yeah.
Would be great. But like the say have an Acme Day stuff,
Yeah.
which would be cool to post on Facebook in particular, because we get paid for those, first of all. And second, / Twitter. Facebook and Twitter would be great areas for those to post. Because then we can share it and it's a way to promote the stuff. When I send anything into Discord, it goes to the private message. I can't see that, Christopher. And I'm not gonna have, and I'll be honest, I'm not gonna have Chris share something unless he feels like it.
So you need to find Christopher. You should be able to find Levi's name on Discord pretty easily in the server.
And I'm gonna say this: if it can't be shared in the public Discord, I'm not gonna share it on stream. I will say that. If it's not something that can be shared in the pics, gifs, and memes area, I'm probably not going to share it. Like the bunny AMSMR, I can share that. That's cool. That's fun. It's just a bunny eating, I think a couple berries or something. It's a 5-second clip though. So, there's Troa. Troa messaged yesterday. Oh my.
Get rid of that.
I got distracted. I saw Troa message yesterday and I was like, hey, I have an arm. And then I saw what he posted as I was like typing that out. And I was like, is that a Liger as a transformer? I got sidetracked. If it's a link, it's probably not going to be. I'm not going to click a link and go to a different area. I'll be honest. It's how like a lot of scams go. And I know that you want to do that. I get that, but it's a strawberry. It's a strawberry being eaten. That's what it is. And then like voice acting, Chris.
Yeah.
Go to the voice acting part of the Discord and click on Doc and listen to Doxus.
Just
The
one
accent that
second.
he does
Just 1 second.
is awesome. Hey there. Hi there. Oh, I don't have any more tea. Gotta be careful about not
I
doing
bet he's
this.
not, but I'll find out. Sorry. Where am I going?
In our Discord, the Acme customer service Discord, the public one.
Okay.
In the customer chatter, there's a voice acting section. If you go there, some of the newer or older messages, I guess, actually, now that I'm looking at this. Here, I'll tag you.
Listening to the Great Starlight of the North?
Yeah. I love the accent.
I did a call with the start like at one point, didn't I?
Yeah. I think it would be hilarious in the Billy Borg stuff, since that
Yeah.
seems to be if things go well enough. I think it'd be hilarious to have like the different accents and things like that in there. That'd be really cool.
I mean, we could build out a whole fictional what if sci-fi was West Virginia multiverse.
Mm-hmm. And I ran out of my black tea. I have tea. I ran out of tea. I just used no. I have 2 more tea bags. No wait, I just used them. Never mind. I ran out of tea. Southern Belle Borg, Southern Belle. Anyways, let us get back on track here. Because we mentioned doing it live. So, do you have? Like I sent it to you as a private message. The next part that we need to work on, which is to look at the walking embodiment to start off with.
What
And
the
it's in the private messages.
So that line, like it's
We can change that lineup a little bit.
I just think that I mean we're wanting to put this on
7
platforms
seconds.
that actively censor the first 7 to 10 seconds, and we're wanting to. I mean, granted, there's videos with like the one chef dude with the long beard who starts all his videos off with how you fucking doing, and he doesn't get demonetized. But I think we pop up and like look at that walking talking about him of a dried up ball sack, and it's just like
it's such a fucking funny opening. It is. But I agree, we can put something right before that line that's still right there. I want that particular portion needs to stick, but we can put something beforehand that buys me the 5 seconds or so.
Yeah. 1 second here. 1 second.
For the record, for everyone here, and I need to get into a better habit of asking Chris to write. Here's the reason why. Chris knows I have arthritis, and so it causes me physical pain to write for long periods of time, or even sometimes short. And he can type better than I can, even though I used to be able to do really, really good at typing. If I'm copying stuff, I'm really good. But you guys have heard me like fake type, like that's not me fake typing. That's me typing real. Problem is that I'm starting to stumble, specifically because I can feel my knuckles tightening up. It just sucks. It's just part of my life, sadly. I've found that speaking has become much easier, and I used to think that I couldn't write like that. It's getting easier to do so. What is a good way to open that up?
So you could argue that description works for Deadpool too.
Yeah, it's true. Hold on. I need to set a timer real quick. Clock. Timer. Stopwatch. 3, 2. Well, Deadpool, I'm just going to tell you this now. Both of you are essentially a walking, talking embodiment of a dried up ball sack. You and Palpatine. That's 9 seconds. The ball sack comment is almost immediately like right at pushing it right at that. So if you can give me a couple extra words to put there before that, I think we can do it. Oh my God. For anyone wondering why Chris and I don't do extremely long live streams, physically, it's difficult for me. I'm not talking like mental aspect. Yes, there's the mental aspect of it, but just physically, it's also like I think you guys have been here when like I hit the 3-4 hour marker / longer, like how my body just starts experiencing more and more and more pain. Now thankfully with the new mic, I can turn things around. I can lean back, tighten the arm up, and I can just sit here. I can move things out of the way. And it's slightly more comfortable, but not by a whole lot. I still have, like in the middle of my back, I've got pain, and on my left hip, I've got shooting pain. That's just the reality, sadly. Do you want to, before you continue sending that message, because the character length could wind up becoming a problem, do you want to put that in a Google Doc and I can just pull it up?
Well, I just sent it.
Oh, never mind.
Wade,
I'm gonna-
I'm gonna need you to clarify who you're talking about when you reference the walking, talking embodiment of a dried up ball sack. Are we talking about Emperor Palpatine or just your own reflection?
All right, so I got a different cadence than you. Remember that. Wade, I'm going to need you to clarify who you're talking about when you reference the walking, talking embodiment of a dried up ball sack. Are we talking about Emperor Palpatine, or are we talking about your own reflection?
Do that again and I'll time it.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Wade, I'm going to need you to clarify who you're talking about when you reference the walking, talking embodiment of a dried up ball sack. Are we talking about Emperor Palpatine or just your own reflection?
That's right at 8 seconds.
Yeah, but the ball sack?
Yeah. Ball
Cool,
sacks
cool.
at 8 seconds.
So all I would have to do, to be honest with everyone here, is pause just a little bit more here or there. And when I go to record, I probably could. Levi live streams like French girls. Draw me. Oh, that actually feels like a mixture of good and bad. Oh. That's the thing that gets me about the people like me who have chronic pain and whatnot, who live stream for like 8+ hours.
Try that.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Wade, do me a little favor. Clarify for me who exactly it is you're talking about when you reference the walking, talking embodiment of a dried up ball sack. Are we talking about Emperor Palpatine or just your own reflection?
That hits it at about 9.5 seconds.
Okay, that's perfect. And then I can still say the rest of the line because let's face it, Wade would totally compliment me on that.
Yeah.
Deadpool gas.
We can even add in, Wade, do me just a little favor here. Clarify for me who exactly it is that you're talking about when you reference the walking, talking embodiment of a dried up ball sack.
The good thing is, like, because my part is effectively just that paragraph of stuff, and I'm real like I can do that really quickly. What we could do is we write that out, and then I can record it as many times as I need to get things. But I really like your version. The way, do me a little favor, because one, it establishes who I'm talking to, which makes things a lot easier. Can I not go up any further? No, I can't. All right. It establishes who we're talking to immediately, and then I get to throw in a joke while I'm at it. Within the first 8 seconds, we've got their attention, and we probably got them laughing. First 8 to 9. Wade, do me a little favor. Clarify for me who exactly it is you're talking about when you reference the walking, talking embodiment of a dried up ball sack. Are we talking about Emperor Palpatine or just your own reflection? What I really love about these live streams to everyone here is when we're doing a skit like this and we get to go back and forth. Yeah, Levi, first, like a lot of our content that we put out like continuously was when both of us had jobs. Here's the problem with that. Both of us were like nonstop exhaustion. I still am very impressed by how Chris can do all of this, have fun, and do all this, but then go around and do his job and all his other hobbies that he has as well. I don't have that energy. And even if I did, like physically speaking, my disability eats up a lot of my energy as it is. I don't like, and I know Chris has physical things with him too, where like he'll deal with physical stuff, and I've seen how fast it can drain him. I don't know if Chris is paying attention to us or not.
I am.
Oh.
I just rewrote it a little bit so it all flows better.
Oh, okay. So here's the full paragraph for all of you. I'm going to sit up though to do this.
All right.
Modify my mic a little bit.
Can't hear you at all.
I accidentally muted it. 3, 2, 1. Wade, do me a little favor. Clarify for me who exactly it is you're talking about when you reference the walking, talking embodiment of a dried up ball sack. Now, are we talking about Emperor Palpatine or just your own reflection? Okay, but you can't deny that gives you a run for the money in the beauty contest of the year. Hold up, rewind. Can't deny that gives you a run. Oh, you didn't have he gives you.
I forgot the word he. I'll fix it.
And I do like the thanking him
Yeah.
in there as well, because it acknowledges that Deadpool acknowledges that comeback.
Yeah.
Or that snapback is what I should say. So, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Wade, do me a little favor. Clarify for me who exactly it is you're talking about when you reference the walking, talking embodiment of a dried up ball sack. Now, are we talking about Emperor Palpatine or just your own reflection? Thank you. But you can't deny that he gives you a run for the money in the Beauty Queen of the Year contest. I wouldn't put it. God damn it! I just cannot get comfortable and read that on that screen. Give me a second. Let me transfer that to.
Well, I can just make it easier. Hold on.
When you're talking about the walking, talking ball sack, are you referencing Emperor Palpatine, or do you mistakenly look in the mirror? Oh, that's a ha 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 ha. That's a really good one. Wade, do me a favor. Clarify for me exactly who it is you're talking about when you reference the walking. This is faster paced.
Yeah.
The walking, talking embodiment of a dried up ball sack. Are we talking about Emperor Palpatine, or did you just mistakenly look in the mirror? I really like that. That's I like the your own reflection. It still fits, but that's a much smoother way of saying that. It's like being in a writer's room, but all of you get to be there with us. Dark Wolf, it's all good. We're working on the next Prank Wars skit, and then I've got some editing to do off camera, as well as filming to do tomorrow.
There you go. Is that easier?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot easier. Wade, do me a little favor. Clarify for me exactly who it is you're talking about when you reference the walking, talking embodiment of a dried up ball sack. Are we talking about Emperor Palpatine, or did you just mistakenly look in the mirror? Okay, but you can't deny that he gives you a run for the money in the Beauty Queen of the Year contest. Well, first of all, I wouldn't put it past him to use some of that donated DNA that you started to spread around to make. Oh no, what have I done? What have one second.
You okay?
So I'm right above the living room, and like when the cats or somebody falls or something like that, I can hear it, and it
Yeah.
was like a massive rattle. I'm messaging Raven, everything's fine, but I'm asking them to go check on things just in case.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sorry. So I was like, that's what distracted me. I was like, huh? All right, one more take. Wade, do me a little favor. Clarify me. Wade, do me a little favor. Clarify for me who exactly it is you're talking about when you reference the walking, talking embodiment of a dried up ball sack. Are we talking about Emperor Palpatine? Or did you just mistakenly look in the mirror? Thank you. But you can't deny that he gives you a run for the money in the Beauty Queen of the Year contest. Okay, I wouldn't put it past him to use some of that donated DNA you started to spread around to make. Oh no, what have I done? What have I? You're right, I don't actually care. It can be retconned, it's no big deal. No, I don't need you taking over any main role, Deadpool. Let it burn, sure. But taking it over means actual paperwork and Hello? Did that motherfucker really just hang up on me? Crap. And then we see, I look over to John. John's yelling. Yep, still worth it. For reference, everyone. Yes, that could totally be the button of this entire skit. It really could. But it also could be a scene change, which is what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And so we get this chunk of thing that now people are interested, and John's going to be like actively talking and doing a call, which is what we got to figure out what is interesting and what people want to see. And then he's going to dive into blaming Nappa about something. So we need to figure out John's part. So who is John? This is where all of you can have a little bit of fun here. So he has me to back him up with all this. Yes.
Real quick. We are now going on 3+ hours. And it is 11:30 p.m. here. And I have a kid starting summer school tomorrow morning, and I need to be awake for that. Can't hear you.
There we go.
Yeah.
Reminiscent of what Chris deals with.
And I have my dress rehearsal tomorrow night for our improv show that opens on Friday, which means I'll be working all day, and then I will be at the theater from 6:30 probably until 10:30. Then getting home and being like, where's my bed?
Okay. So we really do need to figure out John's part super fast. Everyone, real quick, who can John effectively be yelling at on a call or yelling at Nappa about something that happened on a call? It doesn't matter which one. It's just basically John yelling, and it needs to be something that you guys would be interested in
It
seeing
would be
more.
great if it's something in Star Wars that changes an event. Thank you, Levi Markin. It would need to be, it would need to be some Star Wars villain whose situation got messed up by Deadpool, but John doesn't know that yet, and John's yelling at them for being incompetent.
So I got to go for a quick minute while you guys are figuring that out. I'll be right back.
Let's see. What would be? One second here. One second. What if Deadpool purchased Shmi and Anakin from the hut instead of Watto? So when John follows up with Watto to find out about Anakin, and finds out Watto doesn't have him, John loses his crap. What if we do that? Watto, what do you mean the Skywalkers weren't available anymore? I put them on. I had Gardula the Hutt put them on hold for you. Who? Of course, a guy in a red suit. Maybe Deadpool thinks he can save Anakin.
So I just thought of something,
Yeah.
but it might be everyone else has figured something out. But me
We kinda
yelling at
did.
him about trying to take over a main character could definitely be a foreshadow moment.
That's kind of what we just did. What if John is on the phone with Watto, screaming at him because he didn't go to Gardula the Hutt in time to purchase Shmi and Anakin, and Deadpool bought them instead, freed them, and is now going to save Anakin by training him himself?
It's a Deadpool move.
Yeah, totally is. Deadpool, I'm gonna fix it. Deadpool makes it worse.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like doing something that like one I foreshadowed and two like it being something. So the great thing about this is like when Levi looks over at John who's yelling, John's going to be yelling one of these lines. Right? So we get to see we hear the foreshadow of me, we hear John yelling. Levi doesn't care what he's yelling about. Levi just goes, "Yep, still worth it." And then we get to go back to John. John has his thing, yells at Nappa. Then Nappa comes back over to me to complain. And we're going to fast forward that scene a little bit. Give me a second.
So the one thing about the pod race is that's how Anakin wins his freedom. So Deadpool wouldn't win Anakin. He would just win the pod race. I'm gonna take my magnesium real quick while I'm thinking about it. I'll be right back.
Someone tell me what he said he was doing. He was needing to do something. By the way, if you guys see the random little thing that I've got on here, it's a bug thing. It actually works too. It's like $20 at Walmart. There's a bunch of little mosquitoes.
I take magnesium every night. I was just taking that real quick.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, let me take a look at what he is writing real quick. John is yelling at Watto for not going to Gardilla the hut the day before to purchase Anakin. Guy in red suit purchased them instead. Deadpool frees them. Here's okay. So, this is great. This is great. Because we can figure out a single line, and then what we need at that point, after this point,
Be great if he called Yoda the tiny Namekian,
John,
the little Namekian wizard.
I was gonna type something, and then Chris is typing, so I don't want to. Okay. So after or during the call, something happens, and John blames Nappa for this and lays into Nappa. It doesn't matter if John blames Nappa for the whole thing or just this specific incident, because it was a previous incident and now this incident, and John's like, this could be one of the messages. This could be one of
What messages?
the 70+ messages that you didn't get.
That what?
That you didn't get that we referenced in the.
But what is the message?
John's yelling at Watto. Watto left a message with Nappa. This was the this was the thing, and I was like, Watto, why didn't you call me directly? You have my direct line. Yeah. I don't. And then that leads to John getting even more angry at Nappa. And maybe this is what John is like, you're the reason this is happening, isn't it? You're the one who pulled this. Because and then Nappa could try to explain himself. And John goes, I don't want to hear it, Nappa. This is such a screw up. And then for everyone wondering, John somehow blames Nappa, yells at him, and then Nappa goes to Levi. Okay. And the scene with Nappa is literally just going to be this. We already get to see the scene between John and Nappa. We get to see that. Mm-hmm. You as the audience will get to see that. There's no reason for Nappa to re-explain that scene. So we get a few minutes later, 5 minutes later, whatever scene. And Nappa just simply says, and that's why I need you to help prank him. I'm sick and tired of getting the stick end of things.
And that's when Levi goes, Nappa, I'm already pranking him.
That's not what I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah. Levi goes, the short end of the stick? What? Nothing. I'm in. So what's the plan? Levi just goes, I'm in. Then Nappa goes over the plan. And while Nappa's talking, Levi has a hood over his head. We see Levi. Nappa will discuss a little bit of the plan, and the next scene we see Levi with a hood over his head, and Nappa in the background explaining it. And Levi goes, "Yes, good. Let the prank flow through you."
I like it.
And then Nappa.
Okay, but now it is 11:45 p.m. Almost 15 minutes later. I need to go to bed.
Yep, we are done. I'm gonna make this a document, and then I'll share the document link with you. That way you can edit it better. Thank you all for joining us. I love you guys. Remember to take it one breath, one step, one day at a time. I wish you all peace of mind, serenity, by spirit, and harmony among others. Until the winds blow your sails our way, have an Acme day. And remember,
have an Acme day is a product of villain. Having an Acme day will be try to build your account and have an Acme day.
Have an Acme day simply means have the best day you possibly can. Bye.